अरे ठीक क्यों नहीं हो रहा है यार। अब ठीक है, अब ठीक है, अब ठीक है। एक सेकंड में किधर इसका कैमरा ऑन करूँ। आई डोंट नो ये क्यों बंद हो रहा है बार बार। ओके। हेलो। मुझे सबको बताना पड़ेगा कि मैं एक्टिव हूँ। बैच पहले सबको बताना पड़ता है मुझे। ओके। ओ भाई, हालत ही खराब हो गई भाई। आजकल ना हालत बड़ी खराब होने लगती है। मैं सबको भेजना स्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ अभी। क्या चल रहा है। क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं, कुछ पता ही नहीं चल रहा। This guy done this guy. तो आज हम लोग खेल रहे गेंशिन। गेंशिन खेल रहे हैं जिसको अभी कुछ सेकंड में इंस्टॉल हो रही है। वेरीफाइंग एंड रिपेयरिंग पे कुछ चल रहा है इसका बकचोदी। ठीक है, एक सेकंड में अपने बाल ठीक कर लेता हूँ। मेरे बालों की आज हालत खराब है काफी। मतलब हेडफोन से नीचे गिर रहे हैं, तो मेरे को वो दिक्कत दे रहे हैं काफी। चलो, I'll start the game. पर गेम स्टार्ट हो जाए ना उसके बाद चेंज कर लूंगा। गाइस, क्या चल रही है? कोई आ ही नहीं रही। हम तो भी स्ट्रीम करेंगे। चलो, अब डाउनलोडिंग पे लग गया है। क्या ही है गाना भाई, गेंशन वालों ने सेक्सी बना रखा है। कुछ भी हो ना, गेंशिन वालों ने गाना बहुत सेक्सी बना रखा है। ओके, हम कुछ तो करने वाले थे सुमेरु में। मुझे याद नहीं है हम कुछ तो करने वाले। अच्छा, हम उसके अभी अभी वहां से निकले थे उस दीदी जी के उससे केव से, जो जहाँ वो मेडिटेशन कर रही थी, उसके केव से जस्ट बाहर निकले हम लोग। नाइस। कुनाल था ये तो। पैदल ही जाना पड़ेगा, क्लोज कोई है नहीं।
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand.
ओके, ऑटो नहीं।
I understand that you're a forest watcher and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident that such work is not a lasting solution to the problem? As Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal in finding a cure for Irminsul. How could you possibly refuse?
Keep your emotions in check, Gulam. Let's at least listen to Tainari's reason for declining. We're here to invite him to the Academia, not to cause a scene.
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you came here in person, but I'm afraid I must still decline your invitation. I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great minds of the Haravatat have any need of someone like me?
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on your master's reputation. He is a renowned sage of the Immorta, after all. So now I've come here in his stead.
I see. Well, I figured that given his temper, he would come here and berate me personally.
Tainari, your master is an integral part of this effort, and now he requires your assistance.
And what exactly does my master need of me, Sage Kage?
You'll know once you've arrived in Sumeru City, that is.
And, how long will I be required to stay?
There's no definite answer as of now.
Do you mean to tell me that, despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you still can't answer the questions I laid out in the letter to my master? If that's the case,
कौन
then I'm
मास्टर?
afraid
क्या
I cannot
मास्टर?
give you a definite answer either.
Tainari, but you...
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
all about?
It's nothing. Some people from the academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project, but I had to refuse on account of all my responsibilities here. But all that can wait. How did things go with Apeja?
It was quite the eventful trip, but the main thing is that she's safe and sound. She answered a bunch of questions for us, too.
Very good. Now that the Traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be any reason for you to tarry here longer. I assume you will be heading to Sumeru City, correct?
That's right. We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali and ask her for advice. Do you have any idea on how we can find her?
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you there.
Well, do you at least know anyone we can try asking in Sumeru City?
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru City have been fairly short, and most of my acquaintances are researchers. Oh, how about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to a researcher I know. He's from the Amorta Darshan and is adept at gathering information. Asking him might prove worthwhile. Also, when you enter Sumeru City, you'll probably end up receiving something like this item here. I'm not sure if it will ever come in handy for you, but maybe you can give it a try.
Oh, what is it?
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the Academia that utilizes the legacy of Greater Lord Ruka Devata. Some say that this item is the very basis of Sumeru's reputation as the City of Wisdom. Needless to say, this device and its usage fall under the Academia's expertise, so I'll leave it to them to show you how to use it.
Great! Next up, Sumeru City! But wait, before that... That's right! Tainari, we have something important to say to Kale before we leave. Is she doing better now?
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to her bed all this time, I thought a little walk would do her some good. Last I saw her, she was taking the path towards the North Crossing. She knew you two would be leaving soon, so she must have wanted to see you off.
Thanks, Tainari. All right, let's go!
Farewell, and good luck to
Okay.
you both.
कोई है इधर? दो लोग हैं इधर. कौन है साइलेंट वॉचर? साइलेंट वॉचर कौन है? ओ, इसका ये बैठने का डिजाइन भाई.
The rainforest is the best place to live.
I'll have to grab a drink with Flame May when I'm back in the city.
I've been waiting for you two.
What no comments? क्या हुआ?
Never mind. I guess I should just wish you two a safe and successful journey. Thanks for waiting here just to see us off, Kale. We're headed to Sumeru City. Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. My condition
क्या हुआ?
won't be getting in the way of my duties. I want to be a forest ranger after all. It's up to me and the others to protect the rainforest here. And, I'm sorry. I should have told you both about my condition when we first met. I just wanted you two to treat me as a normal friend. Not some girl that needs your sympathy. But I guess now I understand that the most important thing is for friends to be genuine with one another. There's no need to apologize, Kale. We should be thanking you for trusting us enough to be your friends and sharing your past with us. We're probably still gonna worry about your condition, but that's because we're friends and we care about you.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम. बट हुआ क्या है?
Thank you. That means a lot. Before you leave, I have something for you. Oh? What is it? It's my recipe for pita pockets. I told you that I'd give you a copy, remember? My handwriting is a little, messy, so please don't laugh. Yay!
Yay! Thanks, Kale. Now we can eat those scrumptious little pitas whenever and wherever we like.
I hope that whenever you eat them, you'll both remember. Well then, I, trainee Forest Ranger Kale, bid you both farewell. Please visit Gandharvaville again.
तो तू
The
ऐसे क्यों आया?
Rangers
No
will always be ready
comments.
to assist you here.
ओके, कुछ तो नया आया होगा ना?
Something you wish.
Okay. Who the fuck is she? ये तो वो था, ज़ांगलिंग है, और ये वो जो वो नहीं था, वो खुफिया एजेंट टाइप, ये वो है। तो ये कौन है? हाइस्टर है ये? These banners are useless. Who the fuck is she now? Water. Every 10 wishes is guaranteed to include a 4 or higher item. Okay.
Go on.
नहीं मैं विश नहीं
You
करूंगा
have my
कभी भी।
undivided attention.
विश तो मैं नहीं करूंगा। चलो ओके
Sumeru City! We finally made it! Oh, did you see that? When those people entered the city, something on their heads lit up.
One moment, please, you two. It appears this is your first time visiting Sumeru City.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But how did you know that?
Because there's currently no information on either of you in the Akasha. But no need to worry, that won't prevent you from entering the city. In fact, the Academia conveniently provides each traveler to Sumeru City with a device. Perhaps you two have heard of the Akasha before. It's our beloved Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's lasting legacy, a treasure trove of collected knowledge. After centuries of tireless research on the Akasha, the Academia created one of its most ingenious inventions, the Akasha Terminal.
उस पेड़ की क्या
As long
कहानी
as
है?
you're within Sumeru's borders, you may use an Akasha terminal to connect directly to the Akasha and access any knowledge you need. I should mention that due to technical limitations, the operation of Akasha terminals will be much smoother and more effective in large cities such as Sumeru City and Port Ormos.
Oh, so this is the thing that Tainari was telling us about. It sounds pretty amazing.
You two are quite fortunate. Until recently, it was standard practice to only issue Akasha terminals to outlanders who spent an extended amount of time in Sumeru. However, this policy was recently changed, and now all travelers are issued one upon arrival. Here are your Akasha terminals. Please handle them with care.
It kinda looks like a leaf.
To activate it, simply hold it in your hand and say the following phrase to yourself. May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom.
अच्छा
Oh, since this
Chat
little
GPT
tool
type
that
का है।
lets you access knowledge, maybe we can use it to find a way to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali. Let's give it a try. Ahem. May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom. Whoa! Just now, something clicked, and Paimon suddenly knew how to use this thing. It seems all
Wow.
we need to do is concentrate on what we want to know, and bam! You get it. Oh, that'll come in real handy.
Exactly. That is the power of the Akasha. And with that, let me officially welcome you both to Sumeru City. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon always be your guide.
Okay, now that we're in, we can check the Akasha about Lesser Lord Kusanali. Let Paimon try. 500 years ago, the sages found a newly born deity from within some scorched ruins. The deity now resides in the sanctuary of Surasthana. Seems pretty similar to what Kali was telling us. Okay, next, let's concentrate on... Oh, come on! Ugh. Focusing on this question feels like when you have something you're trying to remember and it's on the tip of your tongue, but you just can't think of it.
वो पेड़ का नाम आकाशा है. Ask question and kind of
Paimon's brain is exhausted.
mood to explain things. Okay, उस पेड़ की कहानी क्या है? और वो छोटी बच्ची जो दिख रही थी इसके विजन में, वो क्या था?
Oh, smart idea. But what are you going to ask it?
पर वो उसको उधर क्यों दिखी लेकिन?
Huh. Could it be because we're Outlanders and we've only just arrived in Sumeru? You know, maybe we're not qualified to receive an answer to this sort of question or something.
वो पेड़ क्या है फिर? उस पेड़ का नाम आकाशा है. क्यों?
You too? Well, glad it's not just Paimon. Uh-oh. Paimon's getting... Well, he's from Sumeru, and even has... Let's see. Tainari wrote an address on the letter's envelope. Oh, it's not far from the city's gate. Let's head over and have a look. Hopefully he's at home.
आकाशा क्या है फिर?
What could the children be up to? Never mind. Let them do as they please.
Hello, are you Rohawi?
Yes, that's me. Can I help you?
Great. You see, Tainari sent us here and...
Okay. पेड़ का नाम क्या है?
What? Tainari? Please, there's no need to say anything, really. Sure, I admit that the art...
Here, this is a letter from Tainari.
Oh, let me see. Oh, ooh, what a relief. You two nearly scared the life out of me. So you two just have some questions for me? Seems even Tainari acknowledges my innate ability for procuring information. So, what is it you two would like to know?
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You mean you want to meet the Dendro Archon herself? This isn't exactly my area of expertise, but let me see what I can find in the Akasha. Sorry, the Akasha didn't
Irman's
respond to
soul,
my
okay.
query.
What? You too? But what about your abilities for getting information and all that? Paimon was sure you'd be able to access more info than we did.
Well, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. I am but a lowly researcher, so the Akasha doesn't see a need for me to know more about the Dendro Archon. All I know is that ever since Lesser Lord Kusanali returned to Sumeru, she's never left the sanctuary of Surasthana or made a public appearance.
Huh. Didn't expect her to be such a mysterious
The Dendro Archon is somewhat of a recluse. Perhaps she just doesn't want to entertain visitors, which would explain the lack of information in the Akasha.
Okay.
Aw, but then what can we do?
अच्छा क्रिस मिन
No need
वेदांत
to worry
क्रिसेंस
just yet.
ये
I'm
सब कहाँ है
only
वो बता.
hypothesizing here. You could certainly try asking around and see if anyone else has ideas. And besides, you two should consider the bright side of things. Not being able to see Lesser Lord Kusanali may not be a bad thing. In this world, there will always be information you cannot obtain from the Akasha and things you can never accomplish. Knowing when to yield is a form of wisdom. Take me, for example.
अच्छा
It's a miracle if my brain cells can spit
क्रिस
out
क्या
one
हुआ है तू
paper
सीधे
every
सीधे
3
बताएगा मुझे.
years. But Tainari?
थोड़ा
That
ओपन
guy
अप
can
हुआ
publish
कर.
3 papers in just a single year.
Okay. Thanks for your advice.
Don't mention it. If you two ever want information about things like who's been promoted within the academia or hey, come on. This is a survival skill at the academia.
Oh,
You're
Paimon's
not normal.
expectations were pretty. So what do we do now? Even huh? Like who? Oh, you're right, Catherine. The Adventurers Guild has its own intel network. Let's hurry and find her.
Oh. हाँ. वो रही क्या तेरे.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Hello,
Catherine, we need your help with something.
Understood. The Adventurers Guild is always ready to serve you. With what do you require assistance?
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You two wish to meet with Sumeru's Archon. Understood. Please wait.
हाँ लिया लिया खाना लिया.
I apologize, but I am unable to call up any relevant information in the Akasha. I'm also unable to locate any pertinent information in my personal memory.
Aw, another dead end. Well, if Catherine can't help
मेरा हो
us,
गया,
then we
मेरा हो
really
गया.
don't know anyone else to ask now.
Please do not worry. I may know of someone who can help you two. In Sumeru, the Adventurers Guild does not serve as the vanguard of information. Rather, there are numerous active mercenary groups collectively known as the Eremites. They take on various contracts and work all across Sumeru, so they naturally accrue intelligence. An Eremite brigade called the Corps of 30 is in charge of Sumeru City's defenses. Not only are they the oldest brigade, but they are responsible for managing and coordinating the affairs of all other mercenary brigades.
Corps of 30? What a weird name.
Supposedly, they are named as such because their ranks numbered 30 at their inception. Asfand, an advisor with the Corps of 30, maintains good relations with the Adventurers Guild. Though he's already retired, he and his words carry great weight within mercenary circles. If you'd like to get in contact with him, you can find him at the Corps of... You're welcome. I wish you two the best of luck.
All right, off to the Citadel of Razor we go.
हाँ.
Welcome. The Adventurers Guild told me to expect you two.
It's nice to meet you, Asfand. We'd like to ask you about something.
I see. So, Catherine's the one who sent you this way. Ha! It's true that the Eremites' network is vast, but even I can't help you meet the Dendro Archon.
Wait, seriously? That's it?
Afraid so. The Eremites aren't
ये क्या कोई मिला ही नहीं सकता है मुझे उससे?
religious, so we don't know much about divinities. As far as the Akasha goes, we can access even less than you. We originally came from the desert. The gods there died off long ago. Since those days, we've used our own two hands to carve out a living. We don't.
Hello Adya, welcome to the stream. I love you. आज रोज डे है क्या?
Though. If you ask me, I think most in Sumeru aren't interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Oh? Why's that?
Just take the Academia, for example. They're the ones who truly rule Sumeru. Although they believe in gods, most of them only care for the late Greater Lord Rugadavada.
अभी खाना बन रहा है तू गया होगा किचन में खाना खाने के लिए तेरे को खाना ही नहीं मिला
And gifted us with the Akasha. Lesser Lord Kusanali just happened to inherit her legacy. Because of the Academia's influence, most citizens are more familiar with Greater Lord Rugadavada and hold her in greater esteem. Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali never makes an appearance, and the Academia never announces anything about her. As far as the people of Sumeru are concerned, she's just a god that exists. And that's all.
Really? Aw. After hearing all of that, Paimon sort of feels bad for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Ha! But who knows? We're all just guessing when it comes down to it. Besides, I'm sure the God of Wisdom doesn't worry about her reputation among people like us.
All right. Well, thanks for the info,
सब
Osvan.
टीवी देख रहे हैं बनेगी रोटी ओ
No
भाई
problem. Always happy to help out the Adventurers Guild.
साला हट इसको भी नहीं पता कैसे मिलना है भाई
Seems Osfund was right about most people's attitudes here. Not only are they not interested in the Dendro Archon, they even say stuff like, if the Akasha doesn't think I should know, then I don't need to know about it. We've been asking for information non-stop ever since we got to Sumeru. But the harder we try, the more helpless everything seems. Isn't there at least one person in this entire city who cares about Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Oh, you two are interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh? Who are you?
From the sound of it, you two are Outlanders who recently arrived here. You've been asking around for information on Lesser Lord Kusanali, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Dunyarzad, one of Lesser Lord Kusanali's faithful followers.
Whoa, really? Then do you know how we can meet with her?
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. But your conversation earlier did happen. Sure. It goes like this. Long, long ago, there was a man who heard a prophecy. It predicted that a great calamity was about to befall him. Panicked by what he heard, the man sought out the Dendro Archon in hopes that she would bless him with the wisdom to help him escape his predicament. The man journeyed across deserts and through rainforests and experienced tribulations of every kind. However, he still couldn't find any trace of the Dendro Archon. In despair, he thought, alas, the Archon has abandoned me. He then had no choice but to sorrowfully resign to his fate.
Okay, and then what happened?
Wait for my
And then the calamity came. But to his own surprise, the man felt somehow emboldened by the trials of his journey. By relying on his own strength, he managed to overcome the adversity. At that moment, a bird perched upon his shoulder. This bird was, in fact, an avatar of the Dendro Archon. She said, "O Archon Seeker, do you now understand? She and her wisdom have long been found by you. Along your journey, we were in every flower, and
yeah, thanks for the feels all warm and fuzzy inside after that.
In a way. It seems like this story is also one of the Dendro Archon's avatars.
Dunyarzad, since you worship Lesser Lord Kusanali, can you tell us anything else about her?
Of course. So did you two know that, I'm terribly sorry, but it seems something's come up now. Let's chat another day.
Hey, wait! What the heck just happened?
क्या हुआ ये अभी?
It looks like they're searching for someone. Dunyarzad was acting super nervous just now. You think they're looking for her?
Who's your favorite character till now?
This stinks! We finally managed to find a lead about Lesser Lord Kusanali. We can't let them get in the way now. Let's see if we can get rid of them. Then we can catch up with Dunyarzad.
Hey, have you two seen a brown-haired girl wearing a purple top and a long blue dress?
सोचने दे.
We're looking for her.
Did she have bandages wrapped around her wrists?
Yes, that's her. Did you see which direction she went?
Yeah, she went that way.
Quick, after her!
That should keep him busy for a while. Let's hurry and find Dunyarzad.
एक सेकंड, मेरे को आर्काइव खोलनी पड़ेगी. कहाँ गया कैरेक्टर आर्काइव? ओके, मुझे याद नहीं रहता है ना नाम, तो इसलिए. देखो ज़ोलिंग मेरे को बहुत पसंद आया था, बट मेरे को ज़ोई ज्यादा पसंद आया. जियो, जो भी इसका नाम है, ये ना काफी मिस्टीरियस टाइप का बंदा था. एंड आई लाइक जो उसका था. ठीक है, इन टर्म्स ऑफ स्टोरी. ओके, स्टोरी लाइन, स्टोरी 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 डिल्यूक की स्टोरी बहुत अच्छी थी, बट ज़ोलिंग की स्टोरी अभी तक बेस्ट है. अभी तक ज़ोलिंग की स्टोरी ही बेस्ट है. मेरे को नहीं लगता ज़ोलिंग से ऊपर किसी की अच्छी की स्टोरी भी अभी तक आ रखी है मेरे को. मुझे नहीं लगता है. देखो, एक ज़ोलिंग की स्टोरी थी, एक ड्यूलिक की स्टोरी थी जो अच्छी अच्छी स्टोरीज में थी. उसके अलावा मुझे नहीं लगता कोई आया भी है मेरे को अच्छी स्टोरी. इसकी स्टोरी भी अच्छी थी, कजुआ की भी बहुत अच्छी स्टोरी थी इसकी. लाइक इसका वो एंड पे थोड़ा अगर ज्यादा कर देते ना, एंडिंग थोड़ा इसका ज्यादा, मतलब इसने हमारी जान बचाई है यार. फुरीना, फुरीना कौन है अब? फुरीना 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 साइक फुरीना 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 फुरीना. ये फरूजान कौन है भाई? ये लोग तो फुरीना. रेडियन एंड ज़ोलिंग स्टोरी नहीं, रेडियन की उतनी अच्छी स्टोरी नहीं है. ज़ोलिंग की बेटर है स्टोरी काफी. ओ ये हर ओके, मुझे इसकी स्टोरी जाननी है. पता है, मुझे इसकी स्टोरी जाननी है. व्हाट द फक इज दिस गाय स्टोरी? कुछ तो खतरनाक होने वाली है इसकी स्टोरी. आई एम डेफिनेटली श्योर अबाउट इट. एक तो ये स्टोरी अच्छी होगी. देखो इसकी भी स्टोरी अच्छी है, ठीक है. अब पता नहीं ये काफी आगे जाके आएगी मेरे को, बट मैंने जो YouTube पे देखा इसकी स्टोरी अच्छी है, जो तुम लोगों ने दिखाया था. मुझे इसकी स्टोरी भी देखनी है, ठीक है. मुझे इसकी स्टोरी देखनी है. ये कुछ खतरनाक लग रहा है. ये कुछ, पता है, इसकी स्टोरी ना मुझे कुछ खतरनाक ही लग रही है. लाइक कैसे समझाऊं तुम्हें? इसकी स्टोरी ना कुछ अलग सी है. मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है, क्योंकि ना ये देखो ना, ये ऐसे लगता है कि ये स्विट्जरलैंड वगैरह में रहता है, ठीक है, आइसलैंड वगैरह स्विट्जरलैंड वगैरह में रहता है ये। जेलर लॉल, अच्छा ये जेलर है, लेकिन ये स्विट्जरलैंड वगैरह का लगता है ना, ये स्नोई स्नोई स्विट्जरलैंड वगैरह। ये स्कारा है ना, जितना मेरे को पता है यही है ना स्कारा। ये मुझे अभी तक मिला है नहीं मिला है मुझे कुछ याद नहीं है, कि मुझे मिला नहीं मिला मेरे को याद नहीं है इसका कुछ भी। मैं 50-50 के लिए बनाऊंगा, पता है प्रिमोसिस, मैं 50-50 के लिए रखूंगा।
Go on. You have my undivided attention.
यहाँ मिलेगा? अच्छा, सुमेरो में मिलता है।
There you are, Dunyarzad. We thought you might have been long gone by
Skara is dumb.
Oh, it's you two.
I don't know ना भाई,
You startled me
मिन
there.
को बड़ा पसंद है। हेलो जी, कैसे हो सब? बढ़िया है सब।
You can relax now. We threw those people looking for you off the trail.
Really?
मिन
Thank you
offended,
so
हाँ भाई,
much.
मिन को बहुत पसंद है
Unfortunately,
स्कारा।
I believe there's still more of them out there looking for me. Uh-oh, looks like there's some coming this way.
मुझे ये समझ नहीं आता कि मिन को उसकी स्टोरी पसंद है कि मिन को उसकी वो मतलब प्लेइंग उसको प्ले करना पसंद
Wait,
है।
my body isn't in the best shape. It's difficult for me to run. Okay, sounds good. There's a tavern on the other side of the port we can go to. They probably wouldn't expect me to hide in a place like that.
कोई रीजन होना चाहिए ना।
Move out. Stay behind us. We'll keep an eye out for anyone looking for you.
डिजाइन में तो राइसली के ऊपर मैं नहीं मानता किसी को। जोंगली एंड राइसली के ऊपर डिजाइन उनका बहुत तगड़ा बनाया है। अब बात बाकियों के लड़कियों का टेस्ट, मैं इसका भी बोलता हूँ भाई, इसका एनिमेशन बहुत अच्छा बना है इन्होंने, एनिमेशंस बहुत अच्छे बने हैं इसके। पता है जोलिंग की स्टोरी ना बहुत वैसी टाइप की स्टोरी है कि अगर ये सच में हो रहा होता कि गॉड्स वगैरह हैं तो वो काफी ऐसे समझने वाली स्टोरी है। ठीक है भाई, हो सकता है, ओके, कोई गॉड तो आएगा तंग। कहाँ जाना है? अच्छा, अंदर। नहीं 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 चाहिए स्कारा से रिलेटेड। अगर उसकी सैड स्टोरी है ना स्कारा की अरे उसकी सैड स्टोरी है ना स्कारा की, मेरे को जाननी है। फिर मैं वो बंदा हूं, जब मेरे को पता चला ना लेट मी टेल यू, ठीक है, मैं वो बंदा हूं जिसको
We made it. Oh, they shouldn't be able to find us now. Wait, stand down, Dia.
रुको, नहीं नहीं कोई चीज बताना नहीं है, मैं बताता हूँ मैं क्या बंदा हूँ, ठीक है। मुझे उसका नाम भूल गया, एक सेकंड रुको, मैं उसका नाम याद करके आया, मुझे उसका नाम भी भूल गया। हाँ मिल गया नाम। तो जो ये है ना, नहीं नहीं सन वन कुछ नहीं बोलना है, सुन जा मेरी बात। जो अकाजा जानते हो? डीमन स्लेयर देखा है? डीमन स्लेयर देखा है तुम लोगों ने? डीमन स्लेयर देखा है? डीमन स्लेयर में एक कैरेक्टर है, उसका नाम अकाजा है, ठीक है। तो सब ने बोला कि अकाजा की जो बैक स्टोरी है वो बहुत खतरनाक है, ठीक है, मतलब बहुत ज्यादा डिप्रेसिंग स्टोरी है उसकी, बहुत ज्यादा डिप्रेसिंग स्टोरी है। मैं मांगा पढ़ता था उसका, जब मेरे को पता चला ना कि ये चैप्टर से लेके ये चैप्टर तक इसकी बैक स्टोरी दिखाई जाएगी, मैंने वो पूरे चैप्टर स्किप किए हैं, मैंने पढ़ा ही नहीं है मांगा। मुझे बस इतना पता है कि उसकी सैड स्टोरी है, कोई खतरनाक ही सैड स्टोरी है। अरे यार क्या स्पॉइलर दे रहा है, सन ऑफ जोलिंग है, कुछ भी बकवास, हट।
My lady, who are these two?
They're travelers that I met on the street just a moment ago.
तो मेरे को नहीं
They
जानना ना
noticed that
स्पॉइलर
we were
क्यों
all
बर्बाद
searching
कर रहा है
for
सब
me,
कुछ
so they helped me hide.
I see. In that case, you two should scram. There's nothing here for you.
Wait a sec! Who the heck are you? And why are you shooing us away?
I'm Miss Dunyarzad's bodyguard, here to see that she returns home safe
I was
and
there when it
sound.
happened. Chup.
My lady, let's get going. You've been gone for so long that your parents are worrying themselves sick.
And if I refuse to go with you?
It'd be easier for the both of us if you cooperated. But if you insist on not going, then I'll have to carry you like a sack of potatoes.
Hey! Dunyarzad already said she doesn't want to go back. Why are you still pushing her?
Stay out of this. You don't understand the situation. Sorry, my lady. Even though I'm your bodyguard, your parents are my employers. I have to answer to them.
How much?
Wait, what?
How much more do I have to pay you to become your employer? So you never listen to my parents ever again. Double? A triple? Give me some time and I'll get that much.
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't know what you think of us Eremites, but let me say this. I like Mora, but I'll never go against my principles. That's why I'm here looking for you. Sure, it's an order from my employer, but my conscience was also telling me it's the right thing to do. And knowing your health, carelessly running around like this is gonna hurt ya. For the sake of those who love you, don't be stubborn.
No, you're wrong. I'm aware of my limits and I know what I'm doing. Honestly, the only people being stubborn right now are my parents. And they know perfectly well that it makes no difference if I'm at home or not. They still won't accept reality. And every time I bring this up, they just change the subject. Dia, you've been living with us a long time already. This should be old news to you. Dia, I know it hasn't been easy for Mother and Father, and I'm grateful for everything they've done for me. But there's someone else in this world I'm also grateful to. Because she saved me. The love I have for her is the same I have for my parents. This is my life and my last chance. So I want to do something meaningful.
Dunyarzad is the Archon
My
SUMERU
lady,
listeners.
are you sure what you're doing now is meaningful?
Yes, I'm sure. At least, it is to me.
Fine, I won't ask you to return home anymore. But let me make something very clear. I'm only doing this because I respect your determination, not because I agree with you.
Thank you, Dia. Sorry for being so rude just now. My nerves were acting up. And I even brought up your payment in such an offensive way.
Don't worry about it, my lady. I did say that I like Mora. Besides, that's our next topic of conversation. Today's little excursion caused such a ruckus that every single bodyguard at the estate was deployed. It wouldn't be easy to hide things from your own man. Since this definitely won't be your last escapade, here's a little tip. You should at least make it look like your room and things are still in order when you leave. Also, you'll need someone to cover you for when you're out and about. So, I'll let you hire me, my lady. This way, everyone wins. As for the pay, let's say half of what your father pays me. We can settle the bill when we return to the estate.
Okay, deal.
Yay! Looks like they've reached an understanding.
I'm fine, really. I just feel a little tired now that things have calmed down.
My lady, stop trying to look tough. We're already in a tavern, so let's rest up and grab some grub.
I'm sorry for worrying you two. If you don't
मेरा
mind,
stream
I'd
देते
like
खाना
you
खा
to
रहा है
join us.
Sure, after you rest up, we want to hear more about
ये भी
Lesser
सही है
Lord Kusanali.
मैं तो यही चाहता हूँ लोग मेरे को खाना खाते खाते ऐसे देखते रहे
Well, if it isn't Dia. Haven't seen you in nearly half a year. Word on the street is that you're a bodyguard for the Homayani family now. Don't you find that kind of work boring?
Nah, you get used to it. How about a menu over here?
You got it. Huh? Isn't this little Miss Homayani herself? We don't get to serve personages like you very often. We'll be sure to prepare our very best.
Thank you, sir, but there's no need. I don't have a lot of mora on me, and I really ought to save as much as I can. But please bring these two the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
Yeah, we're already super grateful for everything you told us about Lesser Lord Kusanali.
How about our charcoal-baked agelena cakes? They're our signature snack, and they run cheap. Look,
क्या spoil किया भाई?
the customers over there are eating some now.
They look kind of burnt and dry. Paimon will pass.
Wasted product.
Hey, come on! Paimon has personal
That means
preferences too, you know. Dunyarzad, we asked a lot of people when we first arrived, and almost nobody was interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali. So, what made you want to
That
follow
means
him?
उसकी फैमिली ने उसको डिसोन कर दिया because वो उसको डिसलाइक करते थे. कुछ भी उसको होगा, लाइक उसको आउटकास्ट कर दिया होगा किसी जगह से. That's his story, I guess. इतनी सब बकचोदियां देख रखा हूँ एनिमे वगैरह सब में.
Well, remember when you asked me if I knew how to meet the Dendro Archon? Even though I don't know how, I think I've actually seen her before.
Huh? Really?
Am I right or wrong?
When I was a child. At the time, my illness had kept me bedridden for the better part of the year.
Prajwal, am I right or
stuck
wrong?
inside and couldn't make any friends, and my parents did their best to find treatments for me. But even then, the Akasha didn't have any helpful information. My younger self no longer had any hopes or dreams. One flare-up was so bad that I was in a semi-conscious state for several days.
I won't call you Prajwal.
Then one
मैं तेरे को
night,
बैटमैन नहीं बुलाऊंगा, ठीक
I
है?
woke up alone in my room. I was terrified.
I don't like the
My
name
body
Prajwal.
was paralyzed.
By
Even
main
if I
story
cried, there was no sound.
देखे कभी
At that
खेला
moment, an
नहीं.
ethereal voice spoke in my mind. Dunyarzad, don't be scared.
Don't take
You
any
don't have to
offense.
cry.
There are many reasons कि मैं Prajwal नाम पसंद नहीं करता हूँ.
Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You don't have to cry.
हैं?
Who are you? How do you know my name? How do I explain this? You might not be able to understand, but actually, I know everything about you. Really? Of course. I know that you're scared of thunder, that you hate
मेरा
taking
एक
medicine every morning, and that you love counting the petals on your mom's skirt. Wow, you really do know everything.
Chris has to know every single thing about my life, huh?
What?
मैंने बोला there are some reasons. That means I have reasons.
I can't go anywhere or do anything.
It's not the name. Actually, it's the name, but it's not the meaning or something like related to name. I have reasons.
And maybe I can make it happen.
There are many names जो मेरे को पसंद नहीं है, but that doesn't mean कि मैं बोलूँ कि मैं बोल ही नहीं सकता हूँ. कुछ नाम है जो मैं बोलना नहीं चाहता हूँ. मेरे को मैं explain नहीं कर रहा. मैं नहीं बुला रहा प्रज्वल. That's it.
I'm not powerful enough to do that right now. Then, can you be my friend?
After that, the voice said, "Okay, I'll be your friend." Although my body was suffering during those days, that voice encouraged me and told me many wondrous things. Beyond my window was the flourishing SUMERU city. Beyond the city was a lush rainforest. And beyond that was the wall of Samiel, deserts, and all of Teyvat. Once I finally made it through that bout of illness, I couldn't hear that voice anymore. I told my mother about it, but she said that I must have been dreaming. But I know that that voice wasn't a figment of my imagination. Yes, for sure. If it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown curious about the outside world. nor would I have learned how to read and enjoy so many books.
अख्तर
That voice sparked a desire for
ये नाम
wisdom.
पसंद है क्या?
It had to have been the Dendro Archon. I've been hoping for a chance to repay her kindness. In fact, I was running around today to help prepare the Sub-Zero's festival for her.
What's the Sub-Zero's festival?
It's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday, which was the day that she was found by the sages. It's actually an old holiday that originally celebrated Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthday. When she passed away, the holiday eventually became a celebration of the Lesser Lord's birthday. I heard everyone was overjoyed.
तेरे को हाना नाम पसंद है ना? है ना?
In
हाना
those
नाम.
days, the festival was a huge deal. But because of the Academia's influence, people have gradually lost interest in the festival. The Academia actively participates in SUMERU's many holidays dedicated to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But when it comes to the Sub-Zero's festival, forget any funding. They practically act like it doesn't exist. Maybe they see Lesser Lord Kusanali's birth as confirmation of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's death.
Hana,
So they're
Hana.
reluctant to celebrate it.
है ना Chris? Hana, Hana.
Awful.
It is. It's absolutely terrible. Sure, the Greater Lord founded SUMERU, but hasn't Lesser Lord Kusanali been the one quietly protecting us for the past few hundred years?
अच्छा रिदा
Just
रिदा
remember that we're still out in public.
रिदा
Don't get
रिदा.
too carried away now.
I know that people over by the Grand Bazaar still hold the Sub-Zero's festival to this day. But I hadn't met any of them before.
आर
so
मत
I
लिख
was
बहुत
never
गंदा
able to
मीनिंग आ रहा
contribute.
है.
But
रिदा है.
recently, I
माँ
made
की
a
आग
friend
भाई.
there who also follows
बेशरम.
Lord Kusanali. I gave her my savings because I want her to throw a wonderful festival this year. That's the least I could do for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Hold on, my lady. Does this friend happen to be Nilu, the one who sends flowers to the estate?
Yes, that's her.
आ गया तेरी फेवरेट कैरेक्टर
I
नीलू.
saw her leaving the other day with a nervous look on her face. It seemed like she was hiding something in her arms. Did you give her something?
Yes. Initially, I didn't have much more prepared, so I had Nilu sell one of my skirts. I've agreed with Nilu to meet up at the Grand Bazaar today and see how things are
An
coming
imaginary
along.
character in my life.
Dia,
कुछ भी
would you
बकवास
come
बोल
with me?
देता हूँ. कोई पकड़ने वाला थोड़ी है मुझे.
That's quite the trip, though.
है
I'll
ना
carry
क्रिस?
you.
No, that would be too much, even for you.
रुक.
You might as well
तेरे को
just
expose
accept the
करता हूँ मैं,
lift.
रुक.
If I let you walk, who knows how long it'll take us. And if anything happens to you, then I'd really never hear the end of it from your father.
नहीं मिल रहा है यार. Fuck. That's not an imaginary character. Chris, मारूंगा मैं.
But of course, Nilu will be thrilled to hear there are more people interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali.
I hate. बता ये जो ये वेटिंग पीरियड होता है ना विदाउट एनी फाइट या समथिंग, ये बहुत अजीब सा लगता है. बहुत बोरिंग सी हो जाती है ये गेंशिन. बहुत बातें करते हैं इधर से उधर. हाँ स्टोरी लाइन है, समझ आ रहा है मेरे को. ये लोग ना थोड़ी शाही शाही पनीर टाइप बातें करते रहते हैं बेंचो.
Ad Astra Abyssos. Thank you for complete.
चलो भैया चैलेंज दिया. ढूंढ के दिखाओ. क्या ढूंढूं भाई? मैं मिन की तरह मैं इन्वेस्टिगेटर नहीं हूँ. मैं बहुत सिंपल सा इंसान हूँ, एक बहुत बोरिंग टाइप का. तुम लोग को पता है अगर तुम लोग ना मेरी लाइफ में लाइक आईआरएल मेरे को मिलोगे तुम इतना बोरिंग सोचोगे ना मेरे को.
It was taking you
ये आ
so
गई ना तेरी
long that I
favorite?
assumed you got trapped at home, but you made it in the end. Uh-oh. But if Dia's here, that means you got caught, right?
You could say that, but everything worked out. She's on our side now.
Not completely.
Oh, and who are these two?
Oh, meet the Traveler and Paimon, my two newest friends. They're visitors who just arrived at SUMERU City and are looking for information on Lesser Lord Kusanali.
मैं बहुत ज़्यादा boring
So
हूँ.
you're followers from another land?
बहुत ज़्यादा boring
That's
हूँ
wonderful.
मैं इतना
You
boring
two
हूँ ना कोई
absolutely
इंसान मेरे
must
साथ
miss the
बैठेगा
Sub-Zerus festival.
वो मेरे मुंह पे चप्पल मार के भागेगा इतना boring हूँ मैं.
By the way, Dunyarzad, we've already started decorating the Grand Bazaar. It looks spectacular. Thanks to your generous contribution.
You're very welcome. It's the only thing I could do. Do you still have enough Mora?
पता नहीं for some reason मैं ज़्यादा बोलता नहीं हूँ in real life for some
But
reason.
don't sweat it. We've already
But when I
finished
open my
renovating the
laptop
stage.
or something
Come on,
like
I'll
on
show
call
you.
मैं बहुत different होता हूँ. जब मैं excited होता हूँ किसी बंदे को मिलने के लिए तब हाँ मैं बहुत बोलता हूँ. लेकिन जब मैं समझ लो किसी बंदे से मिल गया हूँ और अब मुझे उसकी appearance समझ लो appearance मेरे लिए नई नहीं है. मेरे को settle down हो गई है दिमाग में. तो मेरे लिए अब वो हो जाएगा कॉमन हो जाएगा बहुत ज़्यादा. तो
We discovered that the tree above
मैं
the
ज़्यादा
stage
बोलना
had a
बंद कर
huge
दूंगा.
chunk of bark ready to fall off. Mr. Zubair was worried sick. We reported it to the academia many times.
Oh, probably because it was the theater asking.
The academia looks down on performers like us. They probably think it would be best if the theater closed down completely. We can't let that happen, though. Not only would everyone involved in the theater go hungry, but then we wouldn't be able to hold the Sub-Zerus festival anymore. Thank the Dendra Archon for Dunyarzad. But the more she gave us, we hired someone to
I
patch
don't
up the
say a
tree,
word
and
in
we also
real
gave
life.
the stage a much-needed makeover. The stage is going to be even prettier when it's festival time. I can't wait for you to see it.
And I can't wait to see you on the stage. You've been practicing so long already. It's almost time for your dream to become reality.
It's our dream. I'll do my best for the two of us.
Nilu, what are you gonna be doing at the festival?
She'll be dancing the dance of Sub-Zerus, the most important performance at the Sub-Zerus festival.
Dunyarzad, have you told him the origin of this holiday?
I only told them about the Greater Lord and Lesser Lord so far.
Okay, then I'll tell you two about how this holiday came to be. According to legend, the Sub-Zerus festival was originally the Goddess of Flowers' birthday celebration for the Greater Lord. A long, long time ago, on one of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthdays, her friends threw her a celebratory
Greater Lord,
banquet.
Lesser Lord. What the fuck is
Some
this?
of the gods got drunk. One started playing music, and the Greater Lord started singing, so the Goddess of Flowers began to dance. As she danced upon the grass, countless beautiful padisaras began to bloom wherever she stepped. Those brilliant purple flowers became her dazzling stage. All the gods clamored, "Oh, if only time could stop at this very moment." Of course they did. When people mention the gods, they always think of the Archon War. But Sumeru's gods also had happy times.
Because
Although
तेरे को
they aren't
arrogant
around
बोलते हैं.
anymore, they're preserved
There are
in our
many things
tradition
they
of
can call you,
dance.
but ठीक है.
This outfit I'm wearing is apparently based on how the Goddess of Flowers looked. Though we're just tiny people compared to the divine, we still have to do our best to make sure that the birthday girl feels loved on her special day.
Nilu, you of all people will definitely be able to convey our well wishes to the Dendro Archon. I also noticed that you went the extra mile and scattered padisaras around the stage.
They symbolize the Goddess of Flowers, after all. It's just
नहीं
a
बताना
shame
मेरे
that
को.
all the real padisaras went extinct after her death.
Yeah. The Greater Lord brought forth padisaras in memory of the Goddess of Flowers.
एक
But she
इंसिडेंट बता
ultimately
बता
could
बता.
never truly replicate that beautiful purple.
Thinking about the Goddess of Flowers dance makes me wish I could have seen it. If my stage were anything like that, I'd be thrilled if I had just two
क्या
real
बोलो पागल है क्या?
padisaras on the
नहीं बोलना मेरे
stage.
को तू बता अपना इंसिडेंट.
So, Traveler and Paimon, what do you think? Interested in the Sub-Zerus festival? Will you two be coming?
All of Lesser Lord Kusanali's followers will be there for her birthday. It'll be a good opportunity for you to learn more about her.
Ooh, Paimon
जरा यार बस करो.
So how about we all attend the Sub-Zero's festival together?
Junior Zod, everyone at the Grand.
In that case, whoa! What's with your yellow hair? And why do your clothes look so funny? Are you an Outlander? Did you know that the Sub-Zero's festival is about to happen? There'll be loads of fun things to
अच्छा
do at the
बताऊंगा,
festival.
ठीक है. जब स्ट्रीम बंद करने वाला हूँ तब बताऊंगा.
The Night of
शांति में,
Flowers
ठीक है.
passes out candy to everyone.
Huh. Revamping the stage for the festival couldn't have been easy, that's for sure. I bet this year's festival will be one to remember. I don't know much about the Grand Bazaar, but I do know that the residents here have a penchant for song and dance. Two things that the academia doesn't particularly approve of. Oh, and the perfume sold around here is a lot better than what you'll find elsewhere. The fragrances are longer lasting and they're gentler on your skin and... I mean, that's what I've heard at least.
Hmm. आगे क्या हुआ था?
Dancing at the Sub-Zero's festival. You know, I also danced when I was younger. As a child, I even asked my grandmother why we performed the dance for the Lesser Lord when it was originally done to honor the Greater Lord. My grandmother said that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata is a beloved deity and honored by all. And Lesser Lord Kusanali is too. If the goddess of flowers ever knew Lesser Lord Kusanali, then she would certainly have wished to be her friend and hold celebrations for her too. The Sub-Zero's festival has been losing its appeal over the years. That is, until a wealthy benefactor stepped in this year and brought the festival back to life. I heard she forked out a lot of mora to make it all happen.
रील्स देख रहा था तो उसको बोल देता ना किसी और का है. इतना क्या है?
Things are really shaping up, and there's a buzz around the festival this year. We're expecting people from all over to... Don't be fooled into thinking that Sumeru City has the best of everything. And when it comes to musicians, dancers, or singers, the Grand Bazaar's got the best of the best. Sure, those folks at the academia might not like it, but what's a festival without song and dance?
Nilu, your outfit looks amazing. There's also something different about you from when we first met up.
I thought I'd add a little extra pizzazz to my dress for the festival. See?
Wow, did you sew all that yourself?
Uh-huh. Sewing is a fundamental skill for everyone in the theater company because we make all our own costumes. Did you know that Mr. Zubair not only can make costumes, but props too? I've noticed that you can't keep your eyes off this crown. Would you like to try it on?
May I?
Of course. The legends say that the goddess of flowers had
Hey! Is that who Paimon thinks it is? It looks like Catherine. Come to think of it, Paimon's only ever seen her behind the counter at the
Nice thumbnail,
Adventurers
भैया.
Guild.
है ना?
This is the first time we've ever seen her taking a break. Hey, Catherine.
Oh, hey! It's the Traveler and Paimon! What's shaken?
Whoa. Break time Catherine sure sounds a lot less formal than usual. Paimon was still waiting for her to say Ad Astra Abyssosque.
सुन अब अगर कोई लड़की तेरे को बोले कि तेरे दोस्त को बोले कि इसको भी बुलाओ या ये कुछ, that doesn't mean you're not approachable. That means she is hesitating to approach you. That's a very different thing. वो तेरा नहीं है, वो उसका खुद का है। वो नहीं करना, वो नहीं चाह, मतलब अब तेरी भाभी है जैसे, वो नहीं डायरेक्ट जाके किसी भी लड़के को बोलेगी। अब हो गया था थोड़ा हेजिस्टिंग वगैरह का, तेरी भाभी है जैसे, या मिन होगी, वो थोड़ी यहाँ से किसी भी रैंडम लड़के के पास जाके बोलेगी कि भाई ग्रुप फोटो चल रहा है, आओ तुम भी खिंचाओ। ऐसा नहीं होता है। कुछ लड़कियां कर पाती हैं, कुछ लड़कियां नहीं कर पाती हैं, कुछ लड़के कर पाते हैं, कुछ लड़के नहीं कर पाते। तुम्हारा दोस्त ऐसी चीजें दिखा रहा होगा कि उसको भी ग्रुप फोटो उठाना है, वो बात कर रहा होगा, ठीक है। इट इज नॉट लाइक कि अगर तू समझ ले उसके साइड में खड़ा होता और तेरा दोस्त थोड़ा दूर खड़ा होता उससे, वो तुझे बोलती कि तुम भी आ जाओ और उसको भी लेके आओ। इट डजंट मैटर यार। और इन चीजों को सोच के फिर रहने दो अनअप्रोचेबल वगैरह सोचना अपने आप को।
Standing behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild doesn't require any complicated functions. But saying and doing the same old things over and over again can get pretty monotonous. Like watching the same Fontaine movie day after day. But take YouTube, for example. You travel across to Vat to enrich your lives and gain new experiences.
Well, we enjoy traveling across to Vat and all that, but we're
Yes, you should keep searching. Sometimes the answers we're looking for aren't necessarily at our intended destination. Instead, they're found along the way.
पता है, Chris is like Skara. He is dumb as fuck.
Huh. Haven't we heard someone say something pretty similar recently? Anyways, what brings you out here, Catherine?
What do you mean like Skara? Yeah, he is.
No, not particularly. I guess you could say that I'm loving the recent atmosphere here. If festivals bring happiness to everyone, then that's where their true value lies. Oh, it looks like it's about time for me to be heading back now.
No one gives knowledge more than any Archon did to Traveler.
By the way, thanks for connecting us with the Eremites. We've already made some great friends in Sumeru City thanks to you.
I'm sure you too
Same as
get along well
Chris.
with the people here.
वो भी मेरे को knowledge देता
You've
है
already been blessed
more
by the
than
elements
any
of Dendro,
person.
after all.
But वो dumb भी तो है ना। कितना dumb है क्रिस, देख वैसा ही है स्कारा, बिल्कुल स्कारा, बिल्कुल डिट्टो वैसा ही है।
Different about Catherine today.
Skara is dumb.
Oh, hey Dia, what's going on?
I've got something to tell ya. My lady knows you're looking for ways to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali, and she's been trying to come up with a way to help you. Well, I have an idea that might help.
Yes, you are like Skara.
It might not necessarily pan out, so don't get your hopes up too
Min
much.
Min.
I'll need to take you two somewhere and ask
Min Min.
someone some questions.
Am I like Skara or not? बोल ना, am I like Skara or not?
My lady is feeling
मैं
a
Skara
little
जैसा
worn
हूँ?
out at the moment. Nilu's found a place for her to rest. After I take my lady home,
बोल ना,
let's meet in front of the
बोल ना,
Citadel
Min
of
Min.
Redzar.
Sounds like a plan. Let's head over to the Citadel of Redzar and wait for Dia.
कितना नाराज रहेगी। मेरा खाना हो गया, नाइस। एक सेकंड यार, देख लेते हैं क्या चल रहा है आजकल। तो क्या हुआ क्रिस? इट डजंट मैटर, तेरे को अभी फर्क पड़ेगा। डजंट मैटर, तेरे को अभी फर्क पड़ेगा, आगे तेरे को ये सब घंटा फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला एज यू एंटर कॉलेज। ओह, शी साउंड लाइक एन ओल्ड लेडी राइट नाउ, ठीक है। No like Skara. Why would we? अभी तक मिला नहीं हूँ मैं. तेरे को तंग करने का और कोई अच्छा रास्ता है एक्सेप्ट सारा को इधर से बुला बरा बोलते रहो.
Sorry, I'm late. It took some convincing for the master and mistress to believe that Miss Dunyarzad was only sitting in the port for a while because she was in a bad mood. Anyway, I guess I should be thanking you. I haven't seen Miss Dunyarzad that happy in a long time. If it wasn't for you two, she probably would have been caught and dragged back much earlier.
You sure sound a whole lot nicer than when we first met, Dia. Who would have thought you had
Kara is the worst.
spot for Dunyarzad?
It's called being a professional. I'm a bodyguard, and I work for whoever's paying.
Look, Dia's blushing.
Listen, you two. I don't expect to be working for Miss Dunyarzad very long, but I hope to finish things on a positive note if possible. Let's cut the chit-chat and head into the Citadel. We'll see if the person I know has a way for you two to meet.
पार्टी बदल लिया क्रिस. बहुत कुत्ता है. रहने दो. ठीक है ना. ओपिनियन शेयर कर भी नहीं सकता मैं. अब रहने दो. जब मेरे को स्कारा मिलेगा ना मैं तब देखूंगा क्या करना है.
Well, didn't expect to see you three together.
I take it you all know each other already?
Mm-hmm. We met this morning after the Adventurers Guild pointed us to Osfon for more info.
No kidding. Huh. So, where's Ruksha? I thought I'd help
Shahrukh
you
Shah.
out by asking about the theft.
Shahrukh Khan.
Anything you can tell him?
Rukshaw's gone over to the Academia. The Grand Sage recently ordered
अरे
SUMERU
मिलने का वो
City to
नहीं.
begin bolstering its defenses.
Like story में
Some people
मिलेगा.
from all over have been called back to the
Story
city.
में तो मिलेगा ही ना.
Since you've already mentioned the theft, I suppose I might as well tell him what we know.
Appreciate it, Chief.
Theft? Sorry, what the heck are you guys talking about?
Just recently, the Academia lost something, and there's a chance the item is connected with the Dendro Archon. This case might just somehow help you in meeting her.
I suppose that's one way to look at it. But if you ask me,
इसी आर्कन का इसमें मिलेगा.
the Academia than anything else.
ये खत्म ही नहीं हो रहा आर्कन का. बातें ही किए जा रहे हैं.
The Academia recently sent a convoy to pick up an important package from Aru village. Word got out, and the convoy was robbed on its way back.
Question about SUMERU
and
Nadia. 20% about Skara. Oh, मेरे को एक request आई है. Should I accept it? कर ले accept.
And also enlisted our help in the search for leads. All we know so far is that whatever was stolen is
Look, this quest is hell.
Ormos.
देखेंगे ना क्या hell है.
You two have heard of Port Ormos, haven't you? It's the largest commercial port in all of Sumeru. You can travel there by leaving Sumeru City and heading south along the river. The Academia's grip isn't long enough to reach all the way to Port Ormos, so the city's a little more laid back, meaning the population's also a mixed bag. You never know who you'll meet there.
Apparently what was lost has a great deal to do with the Akasha, knowledge, and even the gods. I'm afraid I don't have any
भैया वो
other
specific
details
part
for you,
पे.
though. If you're interested, maybe you could head to Port Ormos and ask around yourselves. If you want my advice,
क्या
try
specific part भाई?
introducing yourselves as students of the Academia once you're there.
Are you serious, Chief? All the Academia students are in Sumeru City, you know. Why should they pretend to be students in Port Ormos?
If you're also interested, just go there and see what happens.
Count me out. I've got plenty of work to do here for the Homayani family. And take it from me, if you two really do decide to visit Port Ormos, you'd best watch your backs. Let's just say that the Eremites there aren't nearly as friendly as those here in Sumeru City. There are even some extremists who go around shouting slogans like, "Retake Sumeru for King Deshret." Word is that more and more are joining their movement. They're becoming a real headache for Chief and the others.
You bet they are. King Deshret's been dead for thousands of years. Now they start spreading rumors of his return. Ridiculous.
ये
Not
quest दोबारा
everyone's like you,
देखा है
Chief.
मैंने. रो
Even the
दूंगी.
desert natives who abandoned their homes in the wilderness still wish to have a
Skara
god of
BG
their own.
quest coming soon.
Well, traveler, that's about all the information we have for you.
Thanks, Dia, and you too, Osfond. Since we've gathered all we could for the moment in Sumeru City, let's head to
आई
Port
मिलन
Ormos
की
and
वेळा
गया,
भैया
कोको आ गया.
पादून पादून मेला त्याला 4 जणांनी नेला
Miss
त्याचा
Dunyarzad is looking
पंचनामा
forward to
केला
seeing you
भैया
both at the SUMERU festival.
भैया
So, be sure to get yourselves back here in
अच्छा
time for
क्रिस,
that.
मैं तेरे को कुछ भेजा है, जस्ट एक बार चेक कर लेना, वो ऐड कर देना, ठीक है? वो मुझे मिन वेदांत तुझे भी अच्छा लगेगा, वो अच्छा है थोड़ा सा.
Good. Then we'll see you both at the SUMERU's festival.
अडॉप होता है वैसे वो, ठीक है, लेकिन फक सेक भाई, इतना दूर. भैया ने मेरा मैसेज का एक रिप्लाई नहीं दिया. कौन सा मैसेज? कारा बिग बेचारा बच्चा मेरे को समझ नहीं आया ना तू किसको बोल रही है ये, और ये मैं क्यों इसका रिस्पांस दूं? स्वागत नहीं करोगे हमारा एथिक्स? स्वागत है भाई, स्वागत है. He's always been my
and
बच्चा.
have
चुप.
a good look yourself. Traditional spices of the highest quality, made with pride and experience.
जिस पे रिस्पांस क्या? He's been always been my बच्चा. मैं क्या करूं?
I can't thank you enough for always looking
वेदांत
after
को
my
जाके
business.
पूछ इसका रिस्पांस. मेरे को क्यों बोल रही?
Believe me, I'm not making this up. Several Aramite mercenary groups are nearly in open conflict, but does the core of 30 care? And that's not all. Did you know that?
और भाई क्या भाई?
Talk about hurly-burly, this place is busy. Guess that's only to be expected for the largest port in Sumeru.
दिस मुझे डिस्कॉर्ड लगा. वो दिस बोल रही है, दिस.
Told us earlier, but Paimon can't seem to shake the feeling that there's also danger lurking in these crowds. Ooh. Let's get our bearings so we can start looking for leads. We know that whatever the Academia lost is related to the gods. But other than that, we don't have much else to go on. Osfun told us to try posing as Academia students while asking around. Paimon checked the Akasha on the way here, and the Academia doesn't seem to have any research facilities in Port Ormos. Paimon doesn't get it. Won't we look even more suspicious going around saying we're Academia students and asking about the stolen item? Well, given all the people that come through here every day, if there's any information to be found, Paimon bets we could find it in the market. Let's ask around and see what
अरे
we
वो
come up
रिडीम
with.
चेंज करेगा थोड़ा. उल्लू. मुझे अब अलाउ करना है तुझे? मैं अभी स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूँ ना, अभी बाद में करना भाई, बाद में करना for fuck's sake, क्रिस.
Welcome, welcome. How can I help you too?
Hi there. We would like to
मेरा
ask you a
स्ट्रीम लाइव बंद हो जाएगा यार.
Do students from the Academia ever come to Port Ormos?
Of course. Especially around this time of year. Students from Sumeru City that are about to graduate often come to
नहीं
Port
होगा, वो
Ormos
स्ट्रीम
to
लाइव बंद हो जाएगा मेरा
practice a
अभी.
little. Many people often talk about how hard it is to get accepted into the academia, let alone graduate. But those who finish their studies and go on to become full-time researchers at the academia have it even harder.
अच्छा कर अभी,
we
रुक.
may not be Sumeru City, but Port
कर अभी.
Ormos offers beautiful
एक और भेज
scenery
मेरे को
and a
नंबर के साथ.
stress-free environment. Some even say it's good luck to come to Port Ormos, so students and researchers come flocking here when things get to be too much at the academia.
भेज एक और नंबर के साथ. नंबर क्या है? 81 नहीं है यहाँ पे. अच्छा आया फिर से, हो गया।
Ah, you see over there? Those are students from the academia. They've been looking worried and miserable ever since they got here a few days ago. If you ask me, the life of a merchant is better. So long as the Akasha teaches us what we need, then life is good.
Those students seem to be discussing something. Let's see if we can listen in.
It's no good. I've tried asking around, but I haven't been able to learn anything useful. Not to mention that a bunch of scary-looking Eremite mercenaries have been posted along the streets now.
There's been a lot of fighting between the different Eremite factions in Port Ormos. If we choose to move on our own, then it would be wise to steer clear of them. Especially the group that's constantly shouting some stuff about King Deshret and some resurrection. I've even heard that the Citadel of Regzar is starting to get fed up with them. What was that group called again? Ein something or other?
They're called Ein El Akhmar. Today, I heard that the thing we're after might be in their possession at the moment.
Wait, come again?
Don't you see? Many of the Eremites in Port Ormos deal with trading this kind of thing. They're usually pretty wary of outsiders, but not so with students of the academia. It's because the kind of goods that students are looking for aren't the kind of goods that Eremites are after. As long as they know you're a student, then deals can be made. I've heard that Ein al-Hakmar likes to set up shop at the Jafar Tavern. Supposedly, if you're willing to part with 500,000 mora, they'll give you info on anything.
Wait, did you say 500,000? If information alone costs that much, then how could we ever afford to buy what we're looking for? I guess we might as well give up on trying to graduate this way.
I wouldn't worry too much. Our field of research is very niche. Who else could possibly be after that kind of shady knowledge? I bet it's practically worthless to anyone aside from us.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Then the only thing left for us now is to find a way in. Why don't we all just pool our money together and pay for the information?
Whoa! Did you hear that? A niche field of research? So, what's our plan?
क्या हो रहा है वाला है?
Wait! Didn't you hear what they just said? Buying information is going to cost us 500,000 mora! Have you lost your mind? Oh, alright. Paimon never thought she'd agree to parting with that kind of mora. But if you know what you're doing, then we should give it a shot.
I have 500,000, right? कहाँ दिखता है?
This is the place we heard those students talking about. Let's find.
Okay.
Oh, you've arrived. Please, take a seat.
So, they think that they can go toe-to-toe with the boss? Huh! Once we reclaim the power of King Deshret, they'll be the first that the boss punishes.
They're nothing to be afraid of.
Our main rival now is the Caracal Battalion. They've also amassed a significant amount of Mora this time, so we mustn't underestimate them.
हाँ मोरा की बड़ी बातें हो रही हैं.
Battalion compete with the boss when they're nothing but a bunch of money-grubbing opportunists out for a quick.
Yeah, with boss's fervent devotion, he'll be able to use this power to bring our god back this time.
Huh. All these guys talk about is King Deshret, so they're probably the ones we're looking for.
Greater Lord Ruka Devata. That traitor and her followers must not be spared. The day will come when King Deshret exacts vengeance on Sumeru, and all of them shall be punished.
Yeah, Paimon was wondering what they meant too. We should ask about that if we get the chance later.
Huh? Who are you? What do you want? A student? What's a student from Sumeru City doing in Port Ormos? Ah, well, if it's info you want, you've come to the right place. The question is, can you afford it? Huh? What is this, some kind of joke?
Oh! Sorry! He must have grabbed the wrong amount! Hey, what do you think you're doing? Oh, Paimon can't stand to see so much more go. But there's no other choice right now.
Here, this is the merchant's address. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it there. Hmm? Well, what are you waiting for?
Sorry, मेरे को उल्टी जैसा फील हो रहा था.
Oh, that's right! We heard you mention King Deshret just now. We're actually interested to know more because we're,
Fine. Since you've already handed over the Mora, I guess I can throw in a little extra info. As you can see, members of Ain al-Ahmar are devout believers of King Deshret. Years ago, King Deshret founded the great desert nation that was our homeland. It was an advanced civilization, far beyond anything you'll see in present-day Sumeru. King Deshret was the rightful god of wisdom, but he was betrayed by a companion he trusted. She even stripped him of his title, God of Wisdom.
So, you mean the traitor was...
Greater Lord Ruka Devata, yes. That shameless wretch destroyed King Deshret's civilization, and our ancestors were forced to flee to this land where we were made to suffer the tyranny of our enemies. Furthermore, she conspired with the academia to cover up the truth of her actions, and create the merciful and benevolent facade for which she is now known. Ugh, just thinking about it sickens me. But the story doesn't end there, oh no. King Deshret isn't truly dead. The voice of the Oracle has been heard in the desert, prophesying his resurrection. Mark my words, our god shall return. And when that day comes, all followers of the traitor and all the desert dwellers who have forgotten their true god will suffer retribution together. If what I'm saying makes you shiver with fear, it might not be too late for you to become a believer of King Deshret. I don't have anything to say to you academia people about that. I think this conversation has reached its end.
Not just yet. Okay.
This man is a fraud.
Huh?
You again? Deranged academia lunatic.
Yes, it's
Who the
me
fuck
again.
are you?
I already warned you that
Oh,
if
मेरे
you
को
weren't
हेयरस्टाइल
willing
अच्छा
to sit
लगा.
and discuss things with me,
डिजाइन भी
I'd
अच्छा
take
है
measures to
कपड़ों
make
का.
things uncomfortable for you.
आंखें
Listen
तो
to
बहुत
me.
ही अच्छी है. Nice.
That address he gave you is fake. At least you won't find a merchant waiting for you there. This group has been boasting all around that they can provide information on certain items and ways of luring people into their territory. Once you show up, they keep up the act until they have hard evidence that you want to purchase.
मैं तेरे को बोला था ना ये
and
साउंड
they
नहीं
use
लगा
that
ना.
to squeeze you for all the more you're
ये
worth.
मैंने बोला था सॉन्ग ट्रिम कर लेना.
Shut it all, Hatham. What are you playing at, trying to ruin our business like this?
सॉन्ग ट्रिम कर ले भाई.
I told you the other day. I wish to discuss my
और
terms
डबल
with your
इधर
boss.
सुनाई दिया मेरे को.
Ha! The boss made it perfectly clear that he won't negotiate with you.
Yes, and in no uncertain terms. But that was then. it does not preclude him from changing his mind in the future.
I'm warning you, don't push us, or this could get ugly. We don't usually get rough with people from the academia because it just complicates things. For a lunatic like you, though, we might just have to make an exception.
If you're suggesting that we escalate this from a verbal exchange to a physical
Okay,
one,
this
I
suit
accept.
and everything is really
After
cool.
all, even the Archons used war to negotiate the ownership of Teyvat. If, on the other hand, we can't agree on any means of negotiation at all, then I'm afraid my next course of action will sting a little more than the mere falling through of a few business deals. I will jeopardize the Eremite's reputation, which I know you value above all else. I am quite confident that if I began to take such action, your boss would willingly approach me himself. However, I fear that by then, some things will have happened that cannot be undone. Also, a word of advice. I suggest you tell your boss exactly what happened here today. Otherwise, he might blame you for not telling him in the future.
What did you
चल
say?
ट्रिम करूं.
Consider this.
सॉन्ग जहां से स्टार्ट होता है ना
If
वो
I
पूरा
ever
बंद
failed
कर
to
दे.
follow
वी
through
वी
on
वी
my word in the past,
करती है वो उधर तक ही रख.
This guy is really out of his mind.
I don't know why though. वो
Okay,
सूट
then.
अच्छा है, सब कुछ
If you
डिजाइन
really
वगैरह
have
अच्छा
a
है.
death wish, let's meet a week from today. The pier in front of the Pharos Lighthouse, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, sharp. Don't expect us to hold back.
Not so fast. First, you return the 500,000 mora to them.
Please, I beg you, don't provoke them. We can't afford any trouble with this crowd. They haven't even paid for their food yet.
Ah, Mr. Iman. There appears to be fewer staff in the restaurant recently. This wouldn't happen to be because they're all busy spreading the word to the students, would it?
Well...
Someone who chooses to do business with a group like that really can't afford to get so flustered the instant someone confronts them about it. Consider the meal compensation for our silence. I'd say you're getting an excellent deal.
Whoa, did you see that? He not only got us our Mora back, but sent the Emirites running too! Plus, he seems to know a lot about what's going on around here. Let's catch up with him and ask some questions!
ये ढूंढो भाई इसको.
Heading that way! After him! Wait up! It's Al-Haytham, right?
What do you want?
चलेगा
No
12
need
सेकंड
for
का.
thanks. My goal was to get to them, and you two gave me just the opportunity I needed. We're even. Oh, I advise you to keep your distance from them. Since they weren't able to make off with your Mora in the end, they might harass you again in the future. All right. Goodbye.
Hold your horses! We still have something to ask you about! Since you tore through their scam right in front of them, you must know the real story about certain something, no?
Who exactly are you two? And why are you inquiring about that? A student. Right. Look, you should know that those thugs conducting business with you had nothing to do with your lie.
Huh? Oh, yeah! He's really strong. Weren't you saying something about a physical exchange? We can help with that.
He doesn't even have a vision. Forget it.
Maybe not, but he can still use elemental energy. Otherwise, there's no way we'd go asking for info from from guys like that.
इसको बोलना भी नहीं आया भाई, मेरी तरह ही है.
Bring a lot of backup for your next meeting.
बिल्कुल मेरी तरह ही है. बोलना नहीं आया फिर वो उल्टा कर दिया.
Us with you.
All right, I accept. Got a pen and paper? If you're searching for someone who sells that kind of merchandise, I'll give you one of their addresses, and you can try your luck. We'll reconvene at the appointed time by the pier. It doesn't matter if you show up or not.
So, since you were happy to give us this merchant's information, does that mean you can tell us exactly what we're after?
You were willing to part with 500,000 mora for something and you didn't even know what it was? Okay. Well, if you truly are as skilled as you claim, then you can beat the answer out of them when they become hostile. Look, if you've been making inquiries, then you have to know something by now. Tell me what you know so far, so I don't waste time repeating information.
We know it's connected to the academia somehow, and that not only do the Eremites deal in it, but some students want to get a hold of it too.
You know almost everything there is to know, but you're unable to compile this information because you've never seen the object before. This is what you've been looking for.
Huh? Paimon can't tell what it is. It looks like some kind of ornament.
This is a knowledge capsule. To put it simply, it's a vessel that can store a fixed quantity of canned knowledge. It's like a miniature Akasha. Anyone who links it to their personal Akasha terminal instantly becomes privy to its contents. Correct. Anyone. Unlike the Akasha, which heavily regulates who can access what information, knowledge capsules confer their contents without any requisites.
That's amazing.
It's essentially a convenient and harmless vestibule for knowledge. Unfortunately, it's illegal in SUMERU to privately possess or trade them. They were created as a means for scholars to transfer knowledge gained from Irminsul into the Akasha, and are intended to be destroyed immediately after use. But despite strict regulations, some of these knowledge capsules will always escape destruction.
Okay.
After all, there will always be those in this world who are dissatisfied with life as designed for them by the Akasha and wish to change their fate. Over the past century, a wide variety of canned knowledge has been leaked from the academia. Now, in Port Ormos, the valuable ones are a means to mora for the Eremites.
Acha.
Meanwhile, those which the Eremites deem to be useless to them occasionally prove useful to the common citizens and hapless academia students. Well, I think that about sums it up. Oh, so that's your with our current arrangement, I don't believe you're still resolved. Fine. Let's talk somewhere with fewer people.
वीडियो का एस्पेक्ट रेशियो सही करना पड़ेगा. कर ले. I can do something, रुक. I can do this. अब तो कर सकता है यूज. मैं उसको मिडिल में लेके आ गया हूँ. वो मैप के ऊपर आ जाता है.
Let's continue our conversation here. If you wish to learn more about the knowledge capsule that the academia lost, then you must help me with something. I need you to find someone named Dory, a traveling merchant. Unlike the peddlers who hawk inferior knowledge capsules, she often has quality goods in stock. Some say that as long as there is profit to be made, there is nothing she won't dare to sell. She's guarded against people from the academia because most of her wares don't comply with academia regulations. I think she blacklisted me. I met with her informant, but it soon became clear that they had no intention of letting me get any further. Become one of Dory's customers and earn her trust. This is my condition for further collaboration.
Why do you want us to meet with her?
Until you complete this task, you don't have question privileges.
Fine.
You two are outlanders who haven't been here for long, so Dory should view you as safe clients. I'll give you the informant's address and their contact password. Beyond the password, though, I have no way of knowing what other tricks she might have up her sleeve. You'll have to improvise.
This is kind of nerve-wracking.
The true challenge begins after you meet her. She has a keen nose for more and a shrewd eye for wares, and she'll prepare some funds for you. But
What? We only just saw a knowledge capsule for the first time. We don't know how to tell which ones are good.
इसकी opacity अगर कम होती होगी ना better होता.
Is that something
That's true. Have you two heard of elemental sight?
इसकी ना वो नहीं मिल रही है, रैशो नहीं मिल रहा है। साइड में ही सही था। ओके, रहेगा ये साइड में ही अब।
Oh, that's a surprise. Guess I'll have to hold you in higher regard. Anyway, that ability should resolve your issue. Here are 2 knowledge capsules. Tell me, can you detect any difference in their quality?
They look the same to Paimon.
Try inspecting them with elemental sight.
How'd it go? Did you see anything?
Rumor has it that higher quality knowledge capsules generally appear brighter when viewed through elemental sight. That's because knowledge originates from Irminsul, the root of Dendro power itself. The more powerful the knowledge, the richer it is in Dendro energy. However, some canned knowledge with a high concentration of elemental energy is of little use in contemporary times, so those capsules are of little value. Using elemental sight is merely a stopgap measure, but it should suffice for earning Dory's trust.
That sounds pretty impressive.
Here's a sheet with the informant's location and contact password, and here is the mora for purchasing canned knowledge. Don't be cheap. You'll need to spend to catch Dory's eye. If there's any mora left over, just keep it. Oh, and be sure to exercise some caution. There have been Matra present in Port Ormos lately. Your efforts will be for naught if they catch you.
Matra?
They belong to the Academia's regulatory body. They also handle cases of illegal canned knowledge transactions. Like I said, the Academia has banned both their trade and possession. The Matra are razor sharp. You're in for nothing good if they lock their sights onto you. If you two want to back out, now's the time. Okay, then we have a deal. If you succeed in your dealings with Dory, come find me at the Wikela Funduk. We'll have an open discussion then.
Looking at what Al-Haytham wrote, Dory's informant is a trader near Old Ormos. Let's follow these instructions and try to get in contact with him.
Hello. What are you two looking to buy?
Wait, are you sure you're remembering that right? Paimon doesn't think it was that on the paper.
What a unique palate. We have unripe hara fruits, but we usually keep them in the back. I'll have someone escort you.
Following the paper got us past the first round.
Ronak, these two want to buy unripe hara fruits.
Ronak.
Show them to the warehouse.
Got it. You two, please follow me. You two have a fascinating fashion sense. We haven't seen a customer wearing a SUMERU rose for quite some time.
Hold on. Let me think. SUMERU rose means common merch. No, look again. We're obviously wearing morning flowers.
Ah, my mistake.
I like this soup.
I do apologize.
Whew. That pop quiz sure was scary.
Ah, the warehouse is up ahead. Please follow me. Before I retrieve your products, I need to confirm a few things. Please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice.
Hold on. That's not right. Taken by mice means they sold out.
I'm sorry. But as things currently stand...
He's cautious of us. Let's take a closer look at the paper that...
Before I retrieve your product, please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by Thanks. If better goods come in, you look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
No, that's not it. The paper said that heat stroke... He's cautious of us. Let's take a
भाई क्या हो रहा है ये? मैं क्यों नहीं?
Please forgive me.
मैं नहीं आता मेरे को ये secret.
Sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by Thanks. You look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
Yep, that's the right answer. But eating hara fruit that makes your head and ears ring sounds like a bad life decision.
Would you like your hara fruits to be packaged in the SUMERU city or Port Ormos style? Wow, you two sure are generous customers. We'll be sure to package your products beautifully. Okay, everything has been confirmed. Miss Dory is waiting for you up at... Shoot, it's the Matra! Run!
What? The Matra? Where? I'll hate them said we're done for if they catch us. We gotta get out of here. We don't know this area, so let's follow that informant. He ran that way. Look, he's over there! If you're hiding from the Brazilian tiger, come this way! Another password! Here, over here. You can stop running now.
Dory.
So you were the one who was calling out to us just now. But, are we definitely gonna be safe here?
These two good customers wish to buy some hara fruit, Miss Dory. And if there's nothing else, I'll just excuse myself.
Oh, very good. Thank you. Huh? Wait, you're Dory? I'm sure thought you'd look a whole lot scarier. Hey, what are you trying to say, Princess Pea-Brain? I can be scary enough when I need to be, believe you me. If you don't watch what you say, then you can forget about doing any business. But it seems you two have actually done pretty well so far. Not only did you manage to find the informant, your reactions were also pretty sharp.
Put it on.
You don't really look like criminals or anything, but I bet my Mora that you've been involved in some shady dealings, haven't you? Paimon's not sure if that's supposed to be a compliment, but we'll take it. I can't risk doing business with people who start huffing and puffing after just a few paces, no matter how much Mora they might have. Not only will they get caught by the Matra, but they'll also get us into trouble. As decent folks trying to run an honest business, we don't need any of that. Wouldn't you agree? So that's why I prefer to have customers like you. It's your first time here, but don't worry, I won't ask too many questions. Even if you wish to buy enough knowledge capsules to decorate your house with, please knock yourself out. As long as you have lots of round, shiny Mora, then we're all good. Ah, yes, of course, of course. Go ahead, help yourselves. Voila! Wow, she has a trove of canned knowledge. Whew. She'd probably be in serious trouble if the Matra caught her with all this.
What kind of products do you seek, my dear customers? Don't worry, I'm not interested in your reasons for buying. I can, however, offer some suggestions. Take this one, for example. An analysis of the sociological ideology and dialectics of the Hilichurls. Only 3 people in all of Teyvat have ever studied it, making it extremely rare. It's on sale now for 350,000 more.
जिसमें कोई फायदा है? नहीं, I guess नहीं है. वो बस aesthetic के लिए डाल रखा है उसने.
Or how about the architectural styles and construction methods of Teyvat in the early Archon War period? With this one, you can become an expert in historic architecture preservation and find an excellent, well-paying job in nearly any nation.
Ooh, now this sounds like it could be useful.
2 million mora, and it's yours. No discounts.
Whoa! That's a lot of mora!
Of course, you are free to pick whatever your hearts desire. The contents and price of each knowledge capsule are indicated in small text on the body of each one, down at the bottom.
Alright, let's try the method that Alhaitham mentioned.
ये नहीं रियल है इसमें से.
You've really got a good head on your shoulders, and quite the eye for quality.
We'll take these, please and thank you.
My oh my, you are blessed with a taste for both the exquisite and the extravagant. Customers like you are a rare breed. 1 in 100. No, 1 in 1,000 even. Listen, I have a special offer for you two. If you spend...
Say what now? Hey, did you hear that? Spend another 100K and we get a capsule worth a whole million! But all the canned knowledge we just bought is easily worth 500,000 mora. If we spend just a little more, we can get something worth 1 million mora. Isn't that a fantastic deal? Think about it. We've gone to all this trouble to get this canned knowledge. And so far, everything we bought belongs to Alhaitham. Aren't you even the least bit curious about how this whole canned knowledge thing works? We're talking instant knowledge here. Don't you want to try it yourself? Come on, come on! We still have around 100,000 of Alhaitham's mora left, so let's put it to good use by finding something useful for you. Ahem, you've got a deal, Dory. We'd like to spend an extra 100,000 mora.
Excellent. Then please, select from this fine
मुझे क्यों लग रहा है ये कुछ
collection
चोद
and
होने वाला है
knowledge
मेरे साथ
over
अभी.
here.
Hold on a second. Paimon thought we could choose whatever we wanted. Why can't we choose the ones from over there?
Oh, but my dear customer, the knowledge capsules over here are worth 1 million mora each. I'm sure discerning customers like yourselves will be able to find something to your liking. Please, take your time.
Uh-oh, Paimon has a bad feeling about this. Let's use Elemental Sight again to check the...
कोई भी नहीं है इसमें से. मुझे लग ही रहा था.
So, what did you see? So, they're all worth about the same amount? Well, anyway, the mora's already been spent, so let's at least try to find something useful. Let Paimon take a look here. An introduction to traditional Sumeru brewing techniques, the art of growing spices, an overview of ancient runes. Oh, how about this one? Sword fighting techniques 8. Not sure we'd ever find volumes 1 through 7, but at least this knowledge should be useful, right? Dory, we'll take this one. All right, very good. I'm expecting some new goods in the next couple days, so be sure to check back again soon. Whether it's canned knowledge or anything else you need, bring your Mora to Dory and doors will open.
What the fuck? मुझे ऐसा क्यों लग रहा है?
Smoothly enough, let's head to Wakala Funduk and meet up
मुझे
with Aletham.
कुछ ना कुछ तो चोद लग रहा है इधर, पता
Now
है?
he'll finally tell us about what the Academia lost.
कौन बज रहा है भाई?
You two made it.
एक सेकंड
And
मूड
from the
क्या
looks
है?
on your faces, you were successful.
Whoa, there's so many people from the Academia here. Why would you pick this place as our meetup spot?
Well, Wakela Funduk is under the Academia's control, so naturally the Academia has people working here. I came to Port Ormos under the pretense of conducting official business.
You're a pretty daring guy.
Relax. No one here is interested in anything we say, and the Matcher won't come here. Okay, now, tell me how your encounter with Dory went.
Okay, we did what you asked. So, can you tell us about the knowledge capsule that the Academia lost now?
Before that, I have to ask, why are you two so intent on tracking it down? You don't have to answer, of course.
मैं चला, बाय बाय। क्यों क्रिस किधर गया? अभी तो 11 ही बजे हैं, क्रिस किधर गया? ये तो गलत है।
Yeah, he just wants to meet the God of Wisdom and ask her about something important. We've been in SUMERU for a while now, but we still haven't found a way. When we heard that the Academia had lost something that might be related to the gods, we came here in case it turned out to be our lucky break.
In that case, you're on the right track. A short while ago, the Academia lost a knowledge capsule in the desert. It's supposedly a divine knowledge capsule. Use it, and you'll gain the wisdom of the
ये उससे बात
gods.
करने। वाह भाई।
Wow, there's really such a thing as that? Hey, if we find it, do you think we could learn how to meet the Dendro Archon? Ooh, or how to find your sister?
I highly doubt it has any mystical properties, but it does indeed exist. And it's right here, in Port Ormos.
So, where exactly?
12 बजे तक ही होगी स्ट्रीम बाय द वे आज।
That's what we need to find out next.
12 साढ़े 12 तक होगी।
I won't deny that. I am investigating because I'm curious as to what the divine knowledge capsule truly is. As you know, the Eremites in Port Ormos also have their eyes on it. It is an extremely precious item. The knowledge contained within may bring great power or wealth to whoever has it in their possession. Several brigades have been vying for ownership of it as of late, but there is still no victor. My personal finances and connections cannot compete with those of the Eremites. After attempting various methods, I finally managed to reach a tentative agreement with several brigades.
Zans तेरे से कुछ
I
पूछना है
agreed
मेरे
to
को।
forgo ownership of the
Is
divine
there a
knowledge capsule
like
in
कोई
exchange
ऐसा?
for the opportunity to
fucking
study
hell,
it.
रुको।
After all, there's no harm in understanding what it is. However, there are those who are less amenable to negotiation, such as those from Ain al-Ahmar.
They adamantly believe that the divine knowledge capsule contains King Deshret's power, and that he will return to this world when they obtain it. They refuse to let anyone from the Academia
वही तो ये
tarnish their
बोलते रहते
daily
हैं यार।
soul.
So you kept hounding them because they refused to cooperate with you?
Yes. Ain al-Ahmar isn't exactly wealthy, but its members are determined to get that capsule by any means necessary. To that end, they've resorted to many methods more foul than fair in order to amass sufficient funds. So, I've been sabotaging their business to force them into negotiating with me. The Divine Knowledge Capsule should be up for a secret auction within the next few days. Each brigade will place their own bid, and the prize will be covertly given to the winner. To ensure the capsule's security and to evade the mantra's notice, the winning brigade will not publicly disclose their victory. Unless I know whose hands the Divine Knowledge Capsule ends up in, my agreements with them will fall through. Dory is the most reliable source of information, but that avenue was previously closed to me. With you on board now, the situation is different.
In other words, you wanted us to befriend Dory so you could find out where the Divine Knowledge Capsule is.
Yes, you can say that. But this arrangement harms none of us. The day after tomorrow, go back to Dory and try to purchase information on the Divine Knowledge Capsule's whereabouts. If she has no information, wait 2 days and approach her again. If I get the opportunity to study the Divine Knowledge Capsule, I will relay my findings to you. Will that suffice as compensation? Okay, then we'll meet up in 2 days.
Alhaitham, before you go, we actually bought a knowledge capsule for ourselves, but we're not sure how to use it.
You two want to try using a knowledge capsule? Sure, I can teach you. Doing so right under the Academia's nose is a bit problematic, though. What do you say we head to the outskirts of town?
Okay, Sense. सुन, मेरे को बता, is there is a way कि I can have a HD screenshot through my laptop? इनकी मतलब लैपटॉप से अगर मैं स्क्रीनशॉट उठा रहा हूँ तो उसकी क्वालिटी एज इन 4K होनी चाहिए, क्योंकि मेरे को ना वो थंबनेल के लिए देना पड़ता है। तो जब भी मैं अपने एवेटार की स्क्रीनशॉट उठा रहा हूँ, मतलब पिक्चर चाहिए ना, तो वो ना ऐसे हो रहा है कि अपस्केल कर दो। अपस्केल कैसे करना है? प्री बोलना मेरे को अपस्केल का। ठीक है, कर दूंगा। फक से भाई, इतना आउटस्कर्ट में क्यों जाना था भाई? तू आउटस्कर्ट में नहीं गया तो पूरा कंट्री से बाहर निकल जाएगा।
All right, this place works. Show me the capsule you purchased.
Here.
Sword Fighting Techniques 8. Huh. A combat class knowledge capsule. This class is something of a rare find these days, since most have been taken by the Eremites to augment their battle capabilities.
Really? Ah, yeah, what a great buy!
If you want to determine the efficacy of this capsule, I can evaluate your combat ability. However, effects will likely be minimal if you already possess a high amount of strength. We can conduct a controlled experiment where you fight 2 battles, one before using this knowledge capsule and one after. While you fight, we can use an Akasha terminal to monitor your various physical parameters. There may be variances in your physical strength between the 2 tests, as well as a disparity in your opponent's abilities. But don't worry. I'll run statistical analyses afterward to mitigate any confounding effects.
Wow! Alhaitham! You must have been one of those guys at the Academia who got top grades on everything. Paimon's curious about something, though. You definitely weren't one of those students who needed canned knowledge to graduate from the Academia, right?
When you are unable to understand a researcher's actions, most cases can be attributed to curiosity. This is but one theory.
to avoid the question.
All right, let's begin the test. Just fight as you normally do.
Farewell! Cyclone! Laid bare.
एक सेकेंड, कुछ देखना है मेरे को। डेस्कटॉप पे जाके कंट्रास्ट और सैचुरेशन बढ़ा के गेंशिन कलरफुल कर दो। पता नहीं होगा कि नहीं, रुको, कुछ देखा है मैंने अभी, मेरे को वो करना है।
Cool it. Freeze. This moment will be frozen in time.
नहीं होता है इससे, फक अल्ट से नहीं होता है भाई, किससे होता है भाई, सीरियसली।
Dodge this. Freeze. Cool it.
फक से भाई, इतना दूर है।
Dodge this.
Coming.
ओके, तुम क्या बोल रहे थे मुझे? डेस्कटॉप पे जाके कॉन्ट्रास्ट और सैचुरेशन बढ़ा के गेंशिन कलरफुल कर दो। इतना पावरफुल कैरेक्टर होते हुए भी पानी से मर जाता है, बोलो। कैसे करते हैं वो चीज? डेस्कटॉप पे कैसे करते हैं? डेस्कटॉप पे जाना है, होम पेज पे जाना है? कौन सा प्रोसेसर है? RTX है। ओके फक, नहीं वो तो वो है कि वो, सॉरी, प्रोसेसर राइजन 7 है मेरा, AMD राइजन 7। AMD राइजन 4 क्या है वो? RTX 3050 है शायद। छोड़ो भाई, छोड़ो, बस में छोड़ो।
Overruled.
All right. I'll link your Akasha terminal to record data. The next step is to use this knowledge capsule. Hold it in your hand. I'll help you establish a connection with it so you can activate its power.
मैं इंटेल होता तो उसका ट्राई किया था।
Hey, how are you feeling? You mean that it worked?
All right, time for round 2.
Transfixed.
Not too far now. Farewell.
Keep moving. This is where you fall.
Now, I'll start recording data.
Alhaitham has...
Well, the knowledge capsule you purchased did improve his combat capability. During the second fight, his overall fighting performance increased by 0.07.
Wait, how much? Dory's such a jerk! She totally scammed us! 1 minute...
Of course, this could be because he is so powerful that the capsule's contents were unable to produce a substantial increase. At the very least, this test allowed me to gain more insight into you two. Our deal seems increasingly worth my investment.
90% तो बस बातें होती हैं
I'm heading
इसमें.
back
हाँ
to
भाई,
Akela Funduk.
मैं खुद बोर होने लग गया अब इन बातों से. Wait 2 days from now. Yeah, 2 days from now. तब तक ये ले लेते हैं. $300 primos. What the fuck? Why am I getting so many primos? ऑलरेडी मैं 700 पे हूँ. somehow मैं 700 पे हूँ. अब मुझे नहीं पता क्यों. Water.
Let's see Dory today and ask her about where the divine knowledge capsule is.
चलो चलते हैं.
Welcome back, my loyal patron. You name it. Can knowledge, supplies, or anything else you need. I'll find a way to get it. Where there's a waterfall of Mora, there's a way.
Can you really get us anything we want? Anything at all?
Uh-huh. So it appears that canned knowledge alone is no longer sufficient for your opulent appetite. Then please oblige me. Tell me what you have. Oh! I knew customers with pockets as deep as yours would undoubtedly crave something more profound than ordinary canned knowledge. But you know, that kind of information isn't going to be cheap. After all, I had to work really hard to weasel my way into the auction site. Not to mention that if anyone found out that I was the leaker...
But how can we be sure your information is accurate? Paimon's curious. How you...
Because to me, anything of value is what I consider to be my supply. Therefore, I must always be aware of what's hot on the market in order to secure more sales. As for the information's authenticity, well, you've no need to worry about that. I used a camera to take a picture of the transaction. That way, no one can dispute it. It's always a pleasure doing business
Nakara,
with such
blade
sterling
point try
patrons.
करना. Naraka से
Now that
Naraka,
you've paid
blade
in
point.
full, here's
तो
the
मैं
scoop.
देखता हूँ ये क्या
The
है.
divine knowledge capsule was purchased yesterday by a certain Misery, the leader of Ain el-Ahmar.
Ain el-Ahmar? You mean the Aramites who worshipped King Deshret?
देखेंगे, try
So
करेंगे.
you're already familiar with them. The group has done everything in their power to obtain the divine knowledge capsule.
देखते हैं, try करते
After
हैं.
all, they believe it contains the power of King Deshret. That divine knowledge capsule is unlike any other canned knowledge I've seen before. It was glowing bright red. The capsule is clearly visible in the picture I took. You can look for yourself.
Thanks for the info, Dory.
Please, it's my pleasure. It's all thanks to discerning customers such as yourselves that my efforts yesterday were not in vain. Please, don't hesitate.
Well, we figured out where the divine knowledge capsule is. Turns out, it ended up in the hands of Ain el-Ahmar. Let's head back and talk to Al-Haytham.
क्या अल-खमार अल-हयतन क्या क्या नाम है भाई ये लोग.
Al-Haytham, we got the info you wanted.
Really? All right. Let's hear it.
Dory even gave us evidence to verify the intel. Have a look.
Huh,
Laptop
look at
67
that.
है या
Clear
फिर
as day.
है
They
या
must
फिर
have taken
8
some
GB
guts just
16
to
GB किया
infiltrate
है
the
मैंने.
scene of the Eremites transaction.
किया है मैंने 16
But
GB.
then, to get close enough
8
to take
GB
a
था
picture like
पहले
this.
और फिर बाद में मैंने 8 GB
Bold
एक्स्ट्रा
move,
लगाया.
Dory. Very bold move. All right. The person in this picture is indeed Misery, the leader of Ain al-Ahmar. And the glowing red capsule he's holding appears to be the divine knowledge capsule. In which case, if we play our cards right, when we confront them next week, we should be able to force them to show their hand.
At first, Paimon didn't get why you were provoking these Ain el-Ahmar guys. But now, it sort of makes sense. Everything's playing right into your hands. After we defeat them, we can finally have a serious talk with their boss and get them to lend us the divine knowledge capsule.
Thank you for your time and efforts. Take a few days off while I make some preparations. Let's meet up again on the afternoon of the arranged date. 3 o'clock. See you then.
ठीक है, देखते हैं.
Al-Haytham sure is taking his time. Where could he be? Oh, there he is.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Let's head to the pier in front of Faros Lighthouse.
Yep, let's go.
बिल्कुल ही अपोजिट है वो. इस पे ये वाला बहुत सूट करता ना. ये वाला तो हाथ ही सूट करता है इस पे. जो है वो पता है इस पे ठीक लग रहा है. पैंचो तेरे पास हम मिलियन भी नहीं बचा भाई, तू पूरा खाली हो गया है।
I'll hate them. I knew you were crazy, but I didn't know you were crazy enough to actually show up.
It was I who demanded that these negotiations take place. I was more worried that you might go back on your promise. But to your credit, it appears that you're sticking to your word. This is turning into quite an occasion.
अरे पसंद आ
I
जाएगा, कोई
also
इशू नहीं
brought
है।
some backup. I assume you don't mind.
Backup? Aren't you the brat from the restaurant the other day? You've come to support this lunatic because he helped you out? Fine, your funeral. I'm not going to mince my words. Once we're done with you, you'll be nothing more than fish food. Get 'em, boys!
Uh-oh, here they come. Good luck, you two.
चलो भाई फाइटिंग आ गया।
That's close enough.
Overruled. Dancing in the wind.
Tell me what you see.
I'll be back.
Confess! Transfixed!
I'll be back.
Following orders.
Up and away.
Witness my rise.
Overruled. Let them fly.
भाई साहब मारना ही पड़ा इन लोगों को।
Academia scum! Boss, finally! Did you use it? Great! Now we can... Boss? Boss! Boss! What's wrong?
What happened to him?
We have to cut his Akasha connection, now.
वो भाई साहब एनिमेशन तो है, चोद एनिमेशन तो है।
Target acquired. Arrest him. Do not impede our work. Is that understood, Al-Haytham?
Of course. I was only trying to help.
Take him away.
भाई क्या एनिमेशन थी अभी।
World, forget me.
चोर कहीं का, चोर तो है भाई।
It's like that big guy suddenly lost his mind.
It looks like he used the divine knowledge capsule.
You mean the divine knowledge capsule did that to him? Oh, yeah. You mean how some researchers go insane after getting knowledge from Irminsul?
I've heard of numerous incidents of researchers in Satyavada life going insane. The state that man is now in suggests that this is a similar situation. This divine knowledge capsule does appear to be linked to the gods, but beyond that, it doesn't seem anything like the rumors suggest. Possessing it doesn't grant you divine wisdom or power.
Did you hear what he said? World, forget me. What could that possibly mean?
If the mantra took him away, then that means the Academia got the Divine Knowledge Capsule back too.
Don't tell me Skara hai.
So close! Still, Paimon didn't expect the Divine Knowledge Capsule would be so dangerous. Imagine if we tried to open it. Oh, who knows what would have happened to us?
As things stand, there is no reason for me to remain in Port Ormos. I believe our collaboration has...
Oh, we were so busy trying to find the Divine Knowledge Capsule that Paimon forgot to ask you something.
Truthfully, I don't. Lesser Lord Kusanali appears to Moreover, since the Academia possesses the Akasha, a symbol of our deity's wisdom, scholars have no reason to desire to make contact with the deity herself
Everything about Lesser Lord
I'm heading back to the Academia. How about you two?
It's almost the day of the Sub-Zero's festival. Maybe we should head back too. We've been rushed off our feet over the past few days, so maybe a little rest and relaxation will do us good. Then we'll part ways here, Alhaitham, until we meet again.
Now, do I deal with this thing first? Or should I produce the report that the higher-ups require?
क्या हायर अप्स रिक्वायर्ड? क्या बोल रहा है ये?
We didn't miss the Sub-Zero's festival, right? Let's hurry and find Dunyarzad. Paimon thinks she must be around the Grand Bazaar, since she showed us around there last time.
ये बहुत घुमाती है ये जगह मेरे को.
There she is! Dunyarzad, we're back!
Just as promised, Traveler and Paimon. I'm so glad that you two came back. Indeed. The festival...
There's no need to be...
Thanks. Speaking of...
Of course we went!
If there is another...
My lady, if you went to Port...
Dia!
It's called Covert...
It's alright, Dia. The festival's...
even when you put it that...
Don't worry, my...
Okay, fine, but only tonight. Tomorrow's a big day, and...
Oh, you two must be exhausted from your long journey. I've already prepared a...
Whoa,
अब स्किप किया ना मैंने.
Here we are. It's all...
It looks really nice! That's Paimon's specialty.
Oh, if you don't mind, all of my friends.
Yeah. It'll be...
Then let's meet at the...
It's a deal!
I may be too
Paimon's starting to really look forward to the Sub-Zero... Oh, no. Did we oversleep? We should go meet Dunyarzad right away.
ब्रश कर ले, नहा ले भाई पहले. क्या बकवास है?
Traveler, Paimon, I've been waiting for you two.
Good morning, Dunyarzad. We must have overslept a little bit.
Not at all. Today...
You've worked so...
You know, well... Many vendors came out of the blue to support the event.
बहुत बातें करते हैं यार ये लोग.
Themselves. Let's go give them some business.
They paid for everything out of pocket? Oh, sounds like they're not in this just for the mora.
They all said that contributing to a lively festival atmosphere is more important than money. Especially since we don't often get to celebrate Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday.
Ooh, they're selling food over that way!
ये बातें करेंगे.
A stall offering foods from the Haftmewa feast.
Oh, you...
Mushrooms, flowers, so...
It's another generally speaking, the most common selections are foods like rukashva mush.
So... Wait! Then wouldn't the... Oh, Traveler, we have... Thanks!
Dear customers, would you like to try your hand at alchemical divination?
What's alchemical?
Right?
So...
It's quite simple.
Sure sound...
That is precisely what we...
Well, according to Lesser Lord Kusanali, everything is...
Why does everything sound so much more credible?
So that's the true wisdom behind it. Okay, one moment.
Paimon wants it...
Generally speaking, the moon signifies... It means... Wait a moment.
Is he really
Oh, I remember now. It means...
Illusions and...
Yes.
He's not even...
Naturally.
Oh, it's not...
Guess that was still...
They say the Sub-Zerus festival is very lively along...
The diviners and...
Large flower carriages used to parade through the city. As they headed towards Port Ormos, people would throw flowers, candy, and liquor all along the way.
Dunyarzad's eyes are sparkling right
game
now.
देखी. हाँ देखी.
I wish I could have seen that spectacle. But if you ask me, I'm sure Nilu's dance of Sub-Zerus would be just as impressive.
क्या ही ग्राफिक्स हैं उसके. हाँ वो तो है.
Attention! Soldiers, fall into formation if you want any Yalda.
कल स्ट्रीम थोड़ी लेट करूंगा मैं by the way guys.
Weird guy with a weird... Hey, his Dunyarzad!
In the few short All right, little soldiers.
Yes, not...
Fair.
It's all thanks to Miss...
As are we to you.
Whichever... Ooh,
And there's also Liz...
Huh?
Onikabuto.
Dunyarzad. It's alright.
I also believe it.
Great. These boxes of candy are numbered 1 to 5 from left to right. Which one do you want? Attention!
Oh, Paimon thought you survived so many epic battles.
The Sunsetia flavored candy was in box number 4. How about this? The most...
Really?
It's night of...
They all basically sound the
सबसे ज़्यादा
same.
गेम
We got
में
our
मैं
candy, so
टाइम
let's
लगता है
get
पर
going.
गेम बनाते तो ऐसी हैं भाई. सेक्सी बनाते हैं भाई
Actually,
वो
can
लोग.
you come with me to get it?
Dunyarzad.
दस बजे स्टार्ट करोगे स्ट्रीम. हाँ कल करूँगा 10 बजे स्टार्ट स्ट्रीम क्योंकि मेरा कल मैच है. मैं 10 ही बजे कल स्टार्ट करने
Too
वाला हूँ.
late. Who knew the little lady was such an early riser?
I know, right? Hey, wait a minute. Boss, isn't that her?
Oh, that most certainly is. We're in luck. She's walking right into our clutches.
Those Eremites don't look like they're up to any good.
Who are you? I don't believe the Homayanis hired you.
That's right. We haven't received any of their mora, but I wonder how much the Homayanis would shell out to get you.
They're a gang of kidnappers!
Hey, did you scumbags even consider that the Homayanis might have hired a merc that outclasses you?
You're Dia. Dia the Flame Main. No
कौन सा
wonder
प्रीमियर
the
मैच है
mercs
मेरा?
haven't heard anything.
Don't speak so disrespect. Don't worry about it, my lady. Traveler, take Miss Dune.
No, we're gonna stay and help.
Please be careful. Don't waste your time.
Dunyarzad, are you okay?
Yeah.
You sure you're okay?
I'll be fine after.
Yeah, don't worry.
My lady, Traveler, found ya.
Dia!
Any more of them? Or rather...
Dia, your arm.
Oh, this?
Please.
Come on.
Hold on, you said... It can't be.
Hey, Miss Dunyarzad. You're...
Thank you very...
Don't be...
Are you feeling
My lady, your condition...
Truly.
भाई खत्म करो ना यार फेस्टिवल पैंचोत खींचे ही जा रहे हैं फेस्टिवल को
Are you feeling better, Dunyarzad?
Yes. I didn't realize you were concerned about it. I guess I shouldn't continue to keep it a secret. I was actually born with Elazar. It's terminal now.
Can't believe it's
हर
Elazar.
गेम में गाली बोलना जरूरी नहीं है भाई
Oh, you've already heard.
अरे
of
नहीं
Elazar.
मैं
Sumeru's
तंग आ गया ना
giant.
इनकी बातों से
There's
यार
no need to compare to the I know that my family.
हाँ तेरे
loves
को
me deeply,
एलेजार
you
है
know?
मैं समझ गया
Since I was I'm sure my family's worried and disappointed in me for running away, but I just didn't want to have any regrets. I wanted to meet other people. To me, there's not to mention this way. When my final day does arrive, at the very least, many people will remember that I.
As long as you don't forget Paimon. Paimon also.
To be honest, Lesser Lord Cook, thanks.
नहीं बनाया भाई
Oh, right. Isn't it almost time?
Huh?
Isn't the dance of Nilu Ulrika? And with that, my.
Then what are we waiting for?
Yeah.
कितनी बातें करते भाई ओ भाई
Were
कितनी
you not
बातें
aware
भाई
that the law prohibits this type of performance from taking place without prior permission?
Over there! Someone's yelling at Nilu!
I think I just saw the Academia's Grand Sage. Why is he here in person?
But the Dance of Sub-Zerus is one of the key parts of the Sub-Zerus festival. If we can't perform...
The Sub-Zerus Festival. The law also prohibits the private host. If you continue... The Grand Sage is a...
How...
The Academia was original... This is a hard...
Art. Our Archon created the utopia that is Sumeru City for all scholars who sought validity, verity, and truth, while people like you wish to defile it.
No. I believe that our Archon never rejected the arts. Even the Goddess of Flowers dedicated a dance to her.
With your lack of intellectual credentials, I do not believe you are qualified to debate with me. What you should be doing is finding workers to tear down this ridiculous eyesore. When we return, have the...
Understood.
The Sub-Zerus Festival. Go celebrate the birth of that god to your...
Nilu,
2 साल बाद बातें करते रहते हैं। आई एम बैक। अरे यू आर बैक, आई एम डेड। कितनी बातें करेंगे ये लोग? मैं नहीं, मैं मेरे को नहीं, मार चुदा यार, मार चुदा स्टोरी, मेरे को फर्क नहीं पड़ता, मैं तंग आ गया हूँ।
Yes. Okay. It's a problem.
I can't believe this is how things turned out. Those heartless
It really is okay. There's nothing we can do about it.
कितनी बातें करेंगे यार, मेरा माइंड फक हो गया, इतनी बातें करते हैं।
A lot happened. Nilo and Dunyarzad promised. Yeah.
All connections have been secured to construct the most. The project is entered.
We're gonna be late. It's all because we should go meet.
एथेक्स कोटा कब चल रहे हो भाई? ये गेम खेलने के साथ ये क्वेस्ट होने के बाद इसका कंटिन्यूएशन क्वेस्ट करो, फिर कुछ जादू देखोगे आप। स्कारा को देखूंगा मैं, और मेरे को अच्छी तरह पता है जो किंग जिसके बारे में बात हो रही है ना, किंग वो जो डेजर्ट किंग था जिसको बोलते हैं कि गॉड ऑफ विजडम था, वो स्कारा ही निकलेगा एट द एंड। यार कोटा चल यार, सेंस कोटा चलते हैं भाई, हो गया बस।
Not at all.
बहुत बातें करते हैं।
I arrived early.
You seem kind of tired. Did you not get enough sleep?
I'm doing well. There's no need to worry. Shall we go? Let's start with the stalls over there.
Sure. Traveler, why are you just standing
He's not
there?
Skara, उसकी अलग आइडेंटिटी है। ओके यार, मेरे को फिर यही बकचोदी होनी है।
Ooh, they're selling food over that way. Let's go take a look.
अभी जो देखा था दस 10,000 बातें करेंगे अभी।
This is a stall offering foods.
You are quite well.
Actually,
it's one of the Sub-Zerus festival's traditions. People used to set their tables with 7 different foods to symbolize the 7 virtues of the Dendro Archon.
Remnants appear to be in the form of the moon.
Huh?
Really? Paimon thought it looked like some kind of food.
The moon signifies... It's escaping me for now. Wait a moment.
ये फिर से क्यों हो रहा है रिपीट?
Oh, right. It means illusions and lies. But if you trust your intuition and overcome your fears...
Understood. I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, it's nothing. I'm just learning as I go.
Guess that was still...
ये सब क्या हो रहा है?
Where to next?
मैं बहुत कंफ्यूज हो रहा हूँ, ये फिर से क्यों हो रहा है? ये सब फिर से क्यों हो रहा है? What the fuck? मुझे फिर से नहीं करनी वो बकवास। कितनी बातें करेंगे?
All right, soldiers. Now that you...
Yes, Knight Ferris! What's going on?
Ferris, the knight.
Oh, do you want...
what? Ooh!
And there's also... Great! These boxes of candy are numbered 1 to 4. Ah, excellently chosen. Number 4 is indeed Sunsetia.
But maybe we didn't sleep very well last night. Or maybe we slept too much.
Oh, sure.
Where are you?
ये सब क्यों वापस हो रहा है? हो रहा है ये मेरे साथ? वापस रिपीट क्यों हो रहा है सब कुछ? पता नहीं अभी कहाँ लेके चला गया ये। Magic begins.
A feeling of deja vu? Oh, Paimon knows what that is. It's when you feel like you've already experienced. In that case, Paimon also felt something like that today. But that's just our brains playing tricks on us, isn't it? So why'd you run here in such a hurry? So that's it. You're intentionally doing things you
दो
usually
बोतल ज्यादा
wouldn't
मार
and
ली है
seeing if
लगता
you
है।
still get that same.
Welcome, you two. Are you here for lunch? What would you like to eat? Got it. You don't look like you're from these parts, but I gotta say, you've got
Charcoal baked Angelina cake. Isn't it that burned thing that didn't look? Oh, Paimon understands what you're trying to do now. You'd never normally order something like this.
शेख भाई ये खत्म ही नहीं हो रहा।
Thing? Are you really gonna eat it? Isn't this going a bit too far? How was it? The look on your face is telling Paimon that it tasted awful. Then, you mean...
फिर क्या यार ये खत्म ही नहीं हो रहा है।
Possible. So, would this be a case of taste bud deja vu? Paimon,
मस्त एंडिंग है इसका। लगता नहीं गेंशिन राइटर ने क्या भूख के खा के ये ट्विस्ट और स्टोरी की लिखी हुई थी सुमेरु की। ये मुझे बताओ कितना बड़ा रह गया यार, मैं वरना बंद कर दूं अभी स्ट्रीम। 12 बजने वाले हैं।
hey, Dinnersad is sitting by yourself on that bench over there. What a coincidence, Dinnersad. We meet again.
अभी और चलेगा क्या? 2 घंटे आराम से लगेंगे। ओ भाई
Kidnappers?
I'm okay. Not at all. I've always
6
been
घंटे
like that.
पकड़ लो भाई।
Besides,
अभी
no
तक
matter
इतना
how
खींच लिया
amazing
तब भी
today
नहीं
may
खत्म
be,
हो रहा यार ये।
It is but a single day. After however many more days, my time will come to an end.
Paimon doesn't quite follow you, and Paimon feels like something's really got you down right now.
It really is fine. I don't mind. Huh? Did something happen?
Dunyarzad, have you ever felt deja vu? You know, like when you've already experienced something that's happening right now?
Deja vu? No. But my days have been the same for years now.
Oh, Paimon sees. Then, is it only
ये
the two of
ये
us?
वाली इंडिया बेस है। ओ भाई
It's almost time.
Huh? Time for what?
Nilu's Dance of Sub-Zeros is
प्लीज।
With your lack of intellectual credentials, I do not believe you are qualified to debate with me. What you should be doing is finding workers to tear down this ridiculous eyesore. When we return, have the scribe draft an ordinance before the next
Understood. I will inform.
The Sub-Zerus.
भैया इस क्वेस्ट में ऐसा फेज है जिसपे आप दिमाग पकड़ के बैठ जाओगे। वो आज नहीं हो पाएगा, मुझे नहीं लगता है।
Nilu?
Oh, it's okay. But you've been real. It truly is untrue, but.
प्लीज बंद करो।
No.
Paimon can't believe what those heartless geezers did!
आह
So, in the end, you still couldn't maybe it really was because of exhaustion. Same here. Then, how about we settle in and get a good night's sleep? For now, we can chalk things up to exhaustion. We can do more thinking tomorrow.
Observing a modest drop in the output of jnana energy.
Continue to monitor for variances in the data.
क्या बकवास हो रहा है? वो तो मैं और अभी पकड़ के बैठे हुए हैं भाई। यहाँ तो
Why does Paimon feel so...
चलो 12 बज गए। हम कल से करेंगे ये बकवास। अब ये बकवास कल से करेंगे, ठीक है? मेरा दिमाग थोड़ा खराब हो गया, मुझे पता है एक और लूप होगा अभी। एक और लूप होगा, कल करेंगे ये एक और लूप वाला। अभी चलते हैं, बहुत लेट हो गया है। नींद भी करनी है सबको, सोना भी है सबको। मेरे को और भी काम है, थोड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट काम है। अब चलो चलते हैं, कल मिलेंगे, ठीक है? कल करेंगे सब कुछ। गुड नाइट ऑल ऑफ यू, स्टे हैप्पी, स्टे सेफ। कल मिलेंगे, ख्याल रखना सब लोग अपना। बाय बाय। कल करते हैं लूप वाला पूरा। याद दिला देना मेरे को, तुम लोग थोड़ा जल्दी आ जाना। कल थोड़ा 10:30 बजे मैं स्ट्रीम करूंगा, तुम लोग 10:30 बजे आ जाना, जल्दी आना। मैं तब तक स्टार्ट नहीं करूंगा जब तक मिन तू नहीं आएगी, ठीक है? 10 बजे आ जाना, ठीक है? ओके चल, चलो बाय।